What is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday.
Yes. I had nothing. Yeah, it's hot, it's miserable. Gas prices suck.
Yeah.
Morning, America.
Although, allegedly, it'll be a little less hot today. Like 100 instead of 105 or 106 or 108.
Everything I saw yesterday said it was 100 to 102 at its peak. It felt so much hotter than
did.
that. It felt like it was 108, 109.
Yeah. And I think depending on where you were, it probably was.
Maybe. I know that's semantics. It's just a couple of degrees, but man, whew, yesterday was
it's a mental barrier.
Yeah, yesterday was a beast.
Once you get over 100, something in your head just tells you, nah, I shouldn't be here.
This is not how humans should survive.
Yeah.
Who decided to live here?
Yeah, so maybe. Well, and this weekend we may get a little moisture.
Yeah.
And next week as well. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's welcome to summer. Hey, it's monsoon season now.
That's true. That is true. So
there's that.
Get ready for all that monsoonal moisture.
I hope we get some. I hope we do. I hope it's more than just, teasings and that whatnot.
Hey, Sean, why do you have a thimble on your front porch? Oh, I'm using that to capture rain.
It's my rain gauge. Got one in there once.
It's a good year.
Yeah, it was a good year. But happy Thursday. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day and got plans for the weekend and lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So we're getting into the full-on summer.
The nitty-gritty.
Yeah. So actually, we do have a full slate today, too. So let me give you the rundown real quick while we're talking. This hour, here in just a little bit, Amy McVeigh-Tejas will be dropping in from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. Give us an update there. Of course, they've got the book fair coming up, and they got a blood drive coming up next week with Vitalent. I'd love to see you come out next Tuesday for that. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that. Just get an update from her. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, I think it's going to be from the city. I think it'll be Kevin Mavers today, not Juanita Jennings, I think. I'm kind of working back and forth with the sales rep now, but we're going to have someone from the city join us in the 8 o'clock hour. It's more than likely going to be Kevin Mavers, but might be Juanita. But anyway, they'll join us here and give us an update talk. I imagine we'll talk about scooters and some of the UFO Fest and all that good stuff. So we'll get that update there. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Crystal Noble with the Humane Society here in Roswell will drop in, give us an update on pets available for adoption and all that good stuff. So,
very good.
Of course, 4th of July weekend is actually not that far away. And I'm sure usually every year we like to remind folks, if you got pets and things, keep them secure during 4th of July. Dogs, especially, if they're sensitive to the loud noises and everything.
Most are, because their hearing is so high. I mean, most of them are very sensitive to the loud noises.
So be cognizant of that. And if you're a new pet owner and this is your first year, just remember, it might be a little squirrely for the dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Or dogs mostly. But
cats just could give a crap, honestly.
Cats just deal with life.
What's that? Explosions? I'll be over here licking myself.
It's like, oh, how lovely for you. But anyway, we'll talk all about that with Crystal in the 9 o'clock hour there. We'll also have all of your features that include the news, the local, national variety, and town hall business updates and all that good stuff. So that's kind of what we got going on. So,
Yes, sir. By the way, check your mailboxes.
Oh,
The new
yeah.
issue of Roswell Now is out.
The new Roswell Now, the Roswell Chambers magazine. Yeah, ours came in the mail yesterday.
Very nicely
and
put together.
This is their annual Extraordinary People.
The Citizen of the
edition.
Year. Hats
Yeah.
off to the valedictorians. It's also got a breakdown of the Roswell invaders for the love of the game.
Yes.
Plus a UFO photo guide and a summer calendar.
Yeah, so if you did not get it in the mail yesterday, it should be coming here relatively soon.
And if you want one, just drop by the chamber. They'll get you one.
Yeah, swing on by. And if you live in Chavez County, you have a mailing address in Chavez County, you should be getting one.
Yeah.
That's how they usually work. And if you didn't, reach out to the chamber. They'll be happy to make sure you get on the mailing list and definitely get you a copy for this current issue here.
Yeah.
It gets issued quarterly. So, but yeah, the new one's out. So it's really a good read. Don't just go from the mailbox to the round file. Give it a read. It's bathroom material worthy.
Well, I am all about the articles. So,
Yeah, I give it 2 toilets up, which is excellent for bathroom reading material.
admittedly, the centerfold is an interesting approach. It's just an alien. Just an alien.
Last month was a big green chili.
I wonder if that's still here.
What's that? Oh, he's going. He's like, I wonder if that's still here and just left. Oh, I think I know what he's getting. Yep, that's what he's getting. I knew he was getting this.
Laugh. I've seen this.
This
before.
actually came across our desk last week.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I went to and this is weird that they had the library at this place, but I went to a summer camp for a New Mexico school for the visually handicapped, and in the library they actually had copies of this
Oh, okay.
because it's not a smut magazine.
Right, it's the articles.
It's the articles. I'm talking about a Braille edition of Playboy magazine.
There you go.
This one is this is part 3 of 4.
If that was from what, 99, I think
This
I
one
remember
is from
seeing.
July of 1999.
Yeah.
So this is only 1/4 of what a Playboy magazine would be.
Wow.
Like when you get one, like when you're reading it, because Braille is so much bigger. So you gotta.
Well, not to mention the paper's different, thicker, and everything else. It's almost like reading papyrus.
It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, it's not. I mean, there's obviously no pictures. It's just the articles.
Well,
so,
I'm wondering, like, look at the back page. Like that's got stuff on it too.
it does.
But so does the front page. And is that the visual Like,
I'm guessing it's.
is it saying what we're seeing on the front there? With
That's
the
my
cover, you
guess. Yeah,
think?
this is the info from the front.
All right.
What
It's
would be
kind of
great-
neat looking. I've
It's-
never seen anything like
It's
that.
crazy. What would be great though is if they had like the words under the Braille. So,
Okay.
everybody could use it. I mean, I think that would be
Right, make it. But I don't know. Maybe there's not room with the Braille part. But
And it looks like it's ancient of days. This thing, I mean, it's 22 years old, obviously, but the new ones come looking like this on that this brown.
I think that paper is the. I'm guessing
it's the standard Braille paper.
Yeah,
basically.
because it's good for the dots and it holds the dots and it's able to be. It maybe deteriorates.
Yep.
The dots less fast or the bumps or whatever. It makes it. So I'm guessing if it's thinner paper, it doesn't hold the bumps. And the
Yeah.
bumps, it's eventually next thing you
And
know.
even these are worn down. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, this is a well-read issue.
That's the good vintage.
It seems like a very niche audience that you're working for or you're working towards. I mean,
Well-
it's folks who are visually handicapped, but they also don't mind a little bit of a adult read.
Well, and if I remember correctly from back in the day, the articles were very much articles that you would find in other
Yeah,
standard
they were well written.
It was all
well
geared
researched.
towards men. Usually it's like, electronic equipment
Yeah.
or a little political commentary or something, but it was always something
Cigars
adult in
and
nature.
scotch and stuff like that.
Yeah. So interesting. Huh.
But that came across our desk the other day, and I was rather intrigued by it.
Yeah, I thought I love little things like that. So there you go. So if you happen to be coming by, I want to see a Braille Playboy. Yeah.
Stop on by.
Bring your kids. It's safe.
That's right. It's family friendly. The family friendly Playboy. We finally found one.
Very good. But yeah, so Amy sent me a text. She's on her way, so she'll be here in a few minutes. All right, it is 7:15. Let's go ahead and take a look at that weather. It's going to be hot, more hot. Maybe some rain a little later on in this weekend and next week. But
so hot.
welcome to summer.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little bit of moist air coming in. We'll have sunshine and hot conditions again today. We'll be in the upper 90s to around 100. Isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms will be possible, though, and a little bit breezy. For the overnight hours, partly cloudy, low 70s, and then another hot one on Friday. Sunshine, and we'll be in the upper 90s. Looks like we'll stay hot through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 77 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 50%. Winds currently out of the south at 7 miles per hour. Sunny today. We're looking at highs right around 100. Southeast winds 10 to 15. They're going to increase 15 to 20 this afternoon, so a little breezy as well. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 74 degrees. Winds will be out of the south 15 to 20. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. Friday, sunny, 98. Winds out of the south 5 to 10 early, 15 to 20 for tomorrow afternoon. Friday night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 70. South winds 15 to 20. And for your weekend, sunny and 97 Saturday. South winds 15 to 20 for the afternoon. For your Sunday, Juneteenth, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy and a high of 98. 30% chance of rain for Sunday night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 72. And then Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, there's a little bit of rain chances there. 30% chance of rain Monday with highs around 98. 20% chance of rain Monday night with an overnight low of 71. 20% chance of rain Tuesday with a high of 98, and even Wednesday a 10% chance of rain with a high of 98. So those are monsoon things. We'll see. Maybe we'll get actually some moisture from some of that. One can only hope. All right, it is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Like I said, we'll have Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast Mexico join us in just a bit. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
If your family's like mine, they're ready for some fun. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. A trip to Glenn's is like a trip to Disneyland. A new buttery soft power reclining sofa and love seat turns your living room into Familyland. Cozy new bedroom furniture turns the bedrooms into dreamland. A handsome new dining table transforms your old food court into a 4-star restaurant. And it's all in stock, on sale, and ready for free delivery. So treat your family with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda.
Make your home a smart home with smart home Wi-Fi from Plateau. Now you can connect more devices to fast, reliable Wi-Fi throughout your home. That means faster speeds with no downtime or lag. Enhance your connection, expand your reach, and experience whole home device control and protection with Plateau. Plateau offers true fiber with options starting as low as $60 a month, all with no caps and no hidden fees. Call today 575-755-1000 or stop by 1001 South Main in Roswell. Get smart home Wi-Fi today from Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Let the Valley Cafe cater your next business meeting or lunch. Call ahead 575-755-3287 and place your order. The Valley Cafe 575-755-3287.
Are you tired of the endless spiral of medications that mostly are there to treat the side effects of other medications you take? Many medical providers are quick to prescribe medication without looking for healthier treatment options. At Roswell Medical Clinic, we practice functional medicine, which looks for ways to treat your illness with healthier lifestyle changes and fewer pills. At Roswell Medical Clinic, our providers will take the time to explore treatment options that include lifestyle changes and don't necessarily rely on more prescriptions. Call Roswell Medical Clinic today to schedule your appointment at 575-623-3311 or stop by our clinic at 111 West Hobbs in Roswell. Roswell Medical Clinic. Don't wait for an illness to start valuing your wellness.
There's a whole universe out there. Come explore at the International UFO Museum and Research Center, featuring engaging exhibits and in-depth first-hand accounts of the incident that put Roswell on the map. The research library features the most comprehensive collection of UFO research materials in the world, and you can get exclusive one-of-a-kind gifts and merch from the gift shop or online at roswellufomuseum.com. Don't forget about the UFO Festival, July 1st through 3rd, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. The International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
There are 3 key phrases that need to be spoken on a regular basis in a healthy marriage. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
You know, for over 20 years, Julie and I have been sharing these 3 key phrases, and here they are. I love you, I'm sorry, and I forgive you.
Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ, God forgave you.
You know, it's so easy to expect others to love us, to say I'm sorry, and to forgive us. But you know, it's really a gift that we give each other. You know, the Bible teaches us we sow and we reap. Sow into your spouse, I love you, I forgive you, I'm sorry. And then you'll reap a harvest in return. Someone has to start the process. Let that be you today so you can really enjoy your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit nationalguard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
We all have that one guy in our life. The wimpy of your friends. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, guy. That's from Popeye Young Ones. Good morning. It is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, Amy McVeigh is back with us. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good. Busy time. You know, I should have brought this up when John was in last week. I don't know if you heard us right before you were kind of coming into work, but we were talking about someone brought us, one of our salespeople brought us a Braille Playboy. It's a Braille. I'm not joking. I'm very serious. Hey, Roy, can you grab that? I think Sean put it in the other room. Can you grab it? It's legit, but it's from 1999. It's a Braille Playboy. It's obviously not the pictures. It's the articles and everything, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. Have you ever seen anything like this? Have you seen Braille magazines?
I've seen Braille magazines, and you talking about Braille, Mike, makes me think.
I'm just thinking maybe this is something the Historical Society isn't. I'm just kidding. But
that's so funny.
Put that in for the archives.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, I just figured.
Our dear friend Tiffany Owen. She just went to work. She got a new job in Alamogordo at the school for the blind.
The school.
No, I'm not saying I would take this over there, but I'm just saying so much can be, we take for granted, and no pun intended, some would love this. We take for granted.
That's what I'm saying. I look at that's a cool little piece of
books.
To me is history.
Whether it is a Braille book or whether it's a Braille Playboy book or whether it's a book in our archives that nobody else in the world has. I mean, I'm sure these are around, but I just
thought that was a cool little unique
you never know.
Nugget of history there.
You never know what you're going to find. That's funny.
But really, and all joking aside, for folks that don't know, Playboy, they had articles and stories and legit
they did.
Journalism. I don't know if you could journalism, but articles and things.
They had articles.
And so that's what that is. But it's just, you see the cover and come on, it's just funny. But to me, that was just fascinating. And I guess that's like one part of it. It's not the whole, because Braille takes so much to, the stories. And everything. I don't know. To me, I just thought that was unique. I haven't seen a lot of Braille materials, so I thought that was just kind of cool.
We take that for granted when we're in motels or whatever. It's a lot of times it's around us. So we take for granted.
It's all there, and then you know why. But anyway, I just thought it was funny. It's perfect Historical Society thing.
That is true.
But lots going on at the Historical Society here, especially over the next couple weeks here. I think just real quick, because this does take a little bit of preemptive stuff for folks. Next Tuesday, the Historical Society is hosting a blood drive with Vitalent. And is there still some opens?
We're filling up.
Okay.
But we're not full. So it's important to say. And Stephanie and I were communicating this morning. Hello, Stephanie. We love you. Vitalian is amazing. I need to stop and take a moment.
Yeah.
You know, we lost a dear friend recently.
We did.
And I catch myself stopping to take in a moment, right? We got to take it in. We're so darn busy. We don't take those moments in. I'd give anything for one more moment. But we have to stop and take a moment to realize we're blessed to be working with Stephanie and the amazingness of over there and all the amazingness of saving lives. And right now, I get so cotton picking. I was just telling my board members the other day, I hope y'all, if everybody's listening and they're a member of the Historical Society, August newsletter is going to come out. And right on the front, on the bottom, you're going to have sunshine. Well, what does that mean? You're going to have sunshine. I get so stinking...
Whether you want it or not, you're
frustrated that people can't take it. You're going to take some sunshine in, right? You're going to take it in. We're going to be good. We're going to talk good. No, we're not perfect. No. But when you come around the Historical Society, after our friend, we lost our friend.
Yeah.
If you have sunshine, bring it in. If you don't, receive it from us. And if you have anything but that, just keep on driving. We need sunshine right now. This is sunshine. We are saving lives. We are honored to be partnering with Stephanie. I consider her a friend. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm the director of Historical Society, we're always going to do blood drives.
Absolutely.
And somebody said, what the heck does that have to do with Historical Society? What do you mean, what the heck does that have to do with Historical? We're going to bring sunshine, and we're going to save lives, and we're going to do that all in the name of history while we'll do everything else. So this is important.
And we're
now,
also a community service
days
organization.
and hours on this? No.
Yeah.
We have started our little well-oiled engine that our regulars now, and it's so funny, Mike, only certain people say, nope, I'm not going to any other blood drive, I'm going to the Historical Society. Well, make sure you keep doing it regularly.
Sure,
and
yeah,
we try to have that because you may miss one, and we need
unfortunately, we do ours like, maybe twice a year or something like that.
And you could do it again.
Yeah.
But I
and I think like every 3 months or so you can donate blood.
I appreciate our loyals. So if you want to, if you woke up cranky or cantankerous and don't seem to find sunshine, call 622-833, bring sunshine, and let's save some lives and donate blood. And if you can't, which people call me all the time and say, Amy, I can't donate blood. You don't have to call and tell me.
Yeah.
You don't, but you could call somebody else.
Sure.
I would love
tell
people.
A friend,
and yes,
tell a
we're
family
going to
member.
get fun things, blessings. I don't know what we're giving. Haven't figured that out, but
Amy
we will.
always
we
makes
will.
sure she
we
hooks
will.
up every person that donates blood during the Historical Society blood drive. That's just something
this
happens.
Tuesday, June 21st, 12 to 5, blood drive. You can't just show up and do it.
Yeah.
You may be able to. So if you think you're not going to be in town and at last minute something gets canceled, go ahead and show up. We'll probably get it figured out. But book in advance and call me and I can do it for you.
Yeah, just call through Vitalent's number. You can even, I think you can call Amy and she'll make sure.
You can call me because I'm an administrator and I can literally walk you through it. So call Vitalian or call 622-8333 or I'll give you my cell phone because at this point, even text 575-915-4471 and we'll get you booked for a blood drive, and that's very, very exciting. And I appreciate you mentioning
Yeah,
that.
I just want to get the word out
You
because
got it.
blood.
It's right around. I can't believe it.
And let's face it, they're always in demand for blood.
Right now.
But summer months, let's face it,
it's hard.
Accidents, people aren't and about. There's generally more scenarios during the summer months where blood's needed quickly in hospital. I mean, it's always that way. But,
well, right now,
but,
though.
There's an accident or
especially
stuff. Yeah,
they're needing certain. Well, they need it always, but they're in need.
If you're in the O, if you have the O blood types, those are always in demand because they're universal receiving or giving out that blood.
And there's no greater feeling. I got a text. It's been a couple of months ago now, and it said, you saved a life. Well, good grief. I mean, who would not want to?
It is cool.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And
if you don't get the text.
And to the point you said earlier about, why is the Historical Society doing blood drive? And I'm like, we're a service organization as much as are there is to preserve, our mission statement is to preserve and document and to keep, the history of this area. But we do it by educating kids. We do it by community-oriented events and things. And, and let's face it, the Historical Society, we're part of the community and stuff. And if we can come and be able to host United or Vitalent, every once in a while I still call United Blood Service, but Vitalent.
Yes, well, it used to be that. That's part of their history.
Yeah, exactly.
That is part of their history.
So, but anytime we can, and let's face it, and to be honest, it's kind of a marketing ploy for us too, because what we hope is a couple of these people maybe never been to the museum before. Right. They come and donate blood and say, hey, let's check out the museum or let's see the archives here.
For sure. And it happens every time. Yeah. It brings me in contact with somebody that says, I haven't been on this property in 20 years.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I need a printer. Oh, I need a book. Or I didn't want anything, but wow, you gave us this. Well, we're all in this together. And just for the record, the mission of the society is to assemble, preserve, and interpret the history of Southeast New Mexico and to promote a greater interest, understanding, and appreciation of the area's past. Boom.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
And to me, that falls right in line with
That's what I'm talking about. So whether it's history clubs, whether it's CAPS programs, whether it is scholarships, which, by the way, we'll be announcing next week, have the honor and privilege of giving 4 scholarships to 4 amazing individuals at New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. And I was going to announce the names, and then I realized they have no idea that they're getting these scholarships. So it is going to be a surprise next Friday, and I can't let the
cat out of the bag yet. Yes.
I was going to announce them because I was so excited.
You don't want to tip your own cap.
And you know what happened? We were praying about it, and it's so hard, and they did videos. And sure enough, it was down to the crunch. We were having a hard time. What happens? Of course, Troy Hayes does this because he's a blessing. He calls, and we end up getting an additional check, and we're allowed to get it right and get an additional blessing because it was so close. So what we were giving for $2,500, now we're giving over $3,000.
See, and that's amazing that again their family's able to say, you know what. Yeah, I get you.
That need.
I get what you're saying, and you know, and he probably looked and said, "I can't pick either."
Well,
he's like,
and he never sees anything.
I know, but I'm saying that's
Amy's
you know what I mean?
Probably saying, "Oh my gosh, this is so hard." And you know, here we go again, talking about the history, promote history. He's blessing our locals through his wife and doing the right thing. That's just amazing. So, if you need to know more about scholarships, we are completed for this year, unless somebody listening saying, well, I didn't know anything about scholarships, I don't want to give money. If you called today and gave money, we have all of our applications and we can figure it out.
Absolutely.
Or if you say, I want to get on board for next year, give now for New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy scholarships or high school senior scholarships. Call the museum at 622-8333 and get involved. For example, if you want to honor that loved one.
Absolutely.
And pay tribute. I cannot think of a better way to celebrate the life of an individual.
Well, that's kind of the Hayes family doing that.
100%.
Exactly, yeah.
And we could have, I would love to say we have 3 Hayes families. What that means to me is we could give not only $10,000, but we could give $30,000.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's there, the need's there, and these kids need to see hope through our fire.
Absolutely.
You know, when I say our fire, it's we're excited. We're moving forward. We're a ball of fire. We're generating greatness through our family efforts. Yes, the society is a family.
Well, part of
family first.
Creating history, making history is cultivating the next generation
100%.
to pass that baton on.
100%.
And that's what this work is about.
It's the Elvis Flemings and all these honorable individuals. We're passing the batons off, just like we have, you know, whether it's a Josiah Strange that might be the next Elvis Fleming, or we have the next John LeMay sitting at his high school senior.
Yeah.
We'd love to have, connect with them.
Absolutely. So
4th of July is right around the corner.
Couple weeks away.
What in the world? So the Historical Society is kind of celebrating. We like to be a little bit more traditional, which I think it's poignant for us.
There'll be a lot of alien stuff going on that weekend and everything else.
So we're having a good old Independence Day celebration, call it. We're going to have flags. And yes, we have those fun ghost town books and all those things. So Father's Day is Sunday.
Yeah.
If you need Father's Day gifts, I just sold some books online this morning, and they asked if we could get them out.
Dad loves those.
It is not too late to get autographed John LeMay books or other books. Call the museum today for Father's Day, 622-8333.
Those Peter Hurt prints, too?
Peter Hurt prints. Oh, that's perfect. Or a membership. Allow somebody to be a member of the Historical Society. Maybe a young father just moved to Roswell. Give them a membership for as minimal as $30. But our Independence Day celebration, we still are open by appointment for that weekend, July the 1st through the 4th. The society will be open 1 to 4. We are offering special promotions daily, and yes, they will be different every day.
Awesome.
And yes, we will be giving goodie bags to the first 100 people. So if you say, oh, I've been to the museum and blah, 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 well, bring your family. If you have people in town for the holiday, family. We will be open the 1st through the 4th, 1 to 4. Call 622-8333 for more information.
Absolutely. Oh, and by the way, too, if you can't make our specific events, we do private tours and everything else.
For sure.
Just call us, say, hey, I'd love to do a private. I got family in town
Morning,
this week.
night.
Yeah, give us a little notice.
Family.
If you got a big group or whatever. But if you got family, friends coming in, say, hey, next Tuesday, I've got my family in town. Can we come set up a tour? And they'll be like, no problem. And you'll get a private tour.
For sure.
You know, all we ask is a donation.
Donation.
Whatever you can afford. And if you can't, no biggie. We'll still come on in anyway.
And our archives facility is available for rental. As a matter of fact, our friend Julie Seiler, I hope you're listening. Hi, Julie. She's a great friend of the society, and she's having an event there. Good. And they're excited about it, and they're doing something fun this weekend. So good for them. And very minimal rentals. So if you need a place for a reception or a meeting, just had a private meeting there. One of our amazing members, Angelica Rodriguez, with her business, they've been doing some great closed meetings, and it works out perfect for them. They can literally show up. We've got it clean, set up, and ready. They show up, do their thing, and they're out, and it's wonderful. So become a member, and there are privileges and benefits.
Membership
so the higher
does have
the
its privileges.
Platinum and business membership of $150. You certainly will get additional blessings, and including the Heritage Dinner drive-through coming up in August. If you become a Diamond member of the Historical Society, you could get Heritage Dinner tickets. Yeah. So there you go. There's additional blessings.
And like they said, this year we're honoring our past honorees. It's kind of
we're really excited.
A jubilee of heritage.
Mike sees me with my fun paperwork, and the one thing that you like,
she's got a binder of
Mike,
stuff.
and I'm negligent. The next time I come, see what Mike cares about, and I should have known when I come see Mike Winters. What's one thing Mike Winters cares about? When we talk about these events, the menu.
Yeah,
well, guess
food
what?
is
I
always
didn't
a
bring
big
the
deal.
menu, but it's good.
All right.
It's good. And yes, shrimp will be involved, and yes, some beef will be involved, and yes, amazing dessert. Not dirt. We will not give dirt.
I've eaten things they call dirt, and it's delicious.
It's good.
And if it came from, and to be honest, if it came from Peppers and he called it dirt, I'd still give it a try anyway.
That's right. So while we are talking about that, our Take a Trip Down Memory Lane drive-through fundraiser, please mark your calendars as Thursday, August the 25th. Box for 2, that was a huge amount of food, will be $100. Bundle that will feed 50 is $500, and please support that. You can go online now and purchase a box.
Good.
So our mailers haven't gone out. We can't afford, every penny counts around there. We can't afford to send everybody a mailer. But call or just log on to RoswellMHistory.org. You can already push the button. We've already sold, and thank you for those listening. Gary, if you're listening, thank you. He's all over it. He's already got meals planned to bless other people that have blessed him. He is 100% doing that.
He does that.
And that's what this dinner is all about.
And you can do that too.
For sure.
You can do the like what we would call the table version, and
that's right.
And you can get a version where it's 10 meals, right?
That's right. So so this is what could happen if you purchased a bundle for $500, and you could get a special bag and a centerpiece. You could literally bless 5 couples. What does that mean? If you bought the bundle for $500, you wouldn't have to pay delivery, and we could split it up. And maybe like you'd love to take good care of your child's teacher or your doctor
so
or
we
your
could
caretaker.
Send it to 5 different places or whatever. Yeah.
And it's so fun to call and bless people and say, hey, you've been blessed. We're delivering food to you. So we do deliver. It is a fun time. It's a fun time to get out and do the drive-through. I think people are, I know people are really getting excited to do this. Yeah. And yes, it'll probably be hot there. Well, you're going to be an air-conditioned vehicle.
Yeah.
You can drive through and get our blessings. And we're working on our very, very special collector's item that you will get as part of this event. We're in the process of doing that right now. We're really excited about it. And let me tell you, it would be worth buying a box to get it. Now, I haven't determined if we're going to sell these special gifts after or not. We might say you need to be part of this event. And
Make
if you say, Amy, I can't, well, you could, if you're not in town, you could still pay it forward and you could still get the booklet. You know what I'm saying?
Keep the special little thing and give out the food.
I don't know if we're going to keep it exclusive or not, but I would hate for you to wait. This will be a collectibles item celebrating 40 years. So please mark your calendars, August the 25th. Because of everything going on with Peppers, we'll need a month in advance. So our RSVP date, I believe, is going to be around July the 21st. That is, Mike, that's a month away.
And we're going to have to make it a hard deadline. Yep. And like you said, with Peppers,
they have so much going on.
But even look in the world we live in right now, supply and demand is.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, you yourself, we go to stores and you see certain things aren't available now.
We've been working for months.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Robert, and everybody at Pepper. We've been looking for months for all of our containers because that's one thing they take pride in. You know, Mike, yourself, how many times you've gotten those bags, and everything is of perfection with those special containers so it'll stay cold if it needs to or warm. So please mark your calendar for this. You can already do, and if you want to pay it forward, just had somebody push that button and say, pay the mill forward. We've already had that happen.
Yeah.
So, or we'll be happy to come to you too. We'll
Absolutely.
just deliver it right to your doorstep. If you don't want to get out, stay in. We'll bring it to you. We're happy.
RoswellNMhistory.org is the website.
And it's a great menu. Historic, our summer fun, family-friendly historic book fair is happening on July the 9th from 10 to 12. John LeMay has already talked about his amazing book. We've already posted on Instagram the collaboration. Donna Blake Birchall has worked on her fun children's book, or she's collaborated on it. So that's a lot of fun.
There's a copy of John's latest book right there.
And I should have been. Follow us on Instagram, and you'll see the collaboration Donna's worked on with that fun children's book, too. So mark your calendars, July the 9th, 10 to 12. Rumor has it there's going to be homemade bread there for sale, too, which everybody loves that.
That bread goes quick.
That bread goes quick, and there's going to be some other fun things on that. So we're really excited about that. So mark your calendar. Again, that's the weekend after the 4th of July, so you can kind of relax after all the events.
Sure.
And then come out. And I know there's some other events going on, so encourage people to get up early and do get out Roswell and
It's really
support.
fun if you've never been to one of the historic book fairs.
Oh, it is,
really?
because you never.
Yeah,
oh, my goodness.
It's a treasure
and somebody
trove every
just
time.
donated some books, and we've got a duplicate, and I think John's going to put it out.
Oh, wow.
It's a jewel. When I showed my son Alec what we had, he's like, you don't have that. So we're going to. I don't think John's announced that. We've got some special one-of-a-kinds.
Oh, good.
That we have. We always talk about that. We
Right.
never sell off books if we don't have 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever we need.
These are extras.
These are extras that we want other people celebrating history. And while I'm thinking about it, every event we've talked about, we're still doing the loose change drive.
Yeah.
For example, if you go to the blood drive or 4th of July, or please collect change. Thank you for every single business in Roswell. We've got containers from Peppers to Martins to Roswell Livestock. They're all over. Oh, Roswell Seed. So if you need grass or seed or anything, put our change in there. But please drop your loose change by. And we really appreciate Pioneer Bank. They've partnered with us and really make it easy for me to just go dump the change, Mike.
Good.
And we don't have to deal with it. And we bless them and they bless us.
Oh, that's
so it's
good.
Amazing.
They make change dropping off easy.
I know we're running out of time probably, but the CAPS event that we are working on our CAPS event, and we are really excited because that CAPS program is so amazing. They've been working their tail off doing research for months.
Good deal.
And I don't believe we've announced anybody of who we're reenacting.
Okay. For folks that aren't familiar, the CAPS
yes.
program, it stands for Kids Arts Program.
Yes.
And it is actually a part of the Roswell Community Little Theater. It's a kids program they do with the theater, and basically these kids learn all aspects of theater and things like that. But they partner with the Historical Society and do events
it's like we had a ball last year.
Yeah, Graveside Manor is like their little thing that they started, and where they go and basically
reenact the lives
reenact
of people
some of our more famous Roswellians that
or maybe somebody that you're not more familiar with.
Yeah.
That we want.
And so it kind of they did that, and we're like, hey, we're partner together, and so they've been doing kind of versions of Graveside Manor with us at the Historical
Living
Society.
Museum.
Yeah.
And last time it was Living Museum past and present. Now it's more kind of what we're calling legendary locals.
Yeah.
And I'll just give you a teaser. There's definitely some fame of space involved. That's really exciting.
Nice.
So, and it's what I really like that they're doing this time is we're taking famous individuals and we're talking more about their spouse than we are the famous individual. Because sometimes we lose sight of this.
Sure.
Hey, we know this person. Well, what about the spouse? Oh, I don't know anything about the spouse. That's what we're doing, and I love that. So we can learn about this famous person.
For every George Washington out there, there's a Martha Washington making sure George Washington's looking good.
Might be the famous woman, and it goes both ways. But mark your calendar, our Living Museum event partnering with, we're honored to partner with Roswell Community Little Theater and the CAPS program. They're a well-oiled engine. Talk about history.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
All my life we've been talking about that.
Well, and they present it in a way to these kids that make, because we get it. Sometimes you mention history and some people's eyes just glass over like right away.
Right.
But with these kids, they're presenting this history and they're making it fun and making it resonate for them.
And it's so fun. So mark your calendars. That event, our Living Museum event, partnering with the RCLT and the CAPS program, is on September the 17th.
Okay.
We will have more about it in our newsletter. We will start the promotions immediately. Where does the time go? Oh, my goodness. But there will be some fun opportunities that day. You'll purchase a ticket to get a private tour, and then you will do some hands-on activities in our archives, and that's so exciting and amazing.
Yeah, it's a great family fun weekend or event.
It really,
when they
really
do that.
is.
Yeah.
It really, really is.
But we'll talk more about it. But kind of put September 17th on your calendars now and make plans to be free that Saturday.
I think it's important to mention for people who are driving around and saying, "What in the world is going on at Historical Society?" We just completed additional work. Thank you, Childress Brothers. We are physically getting work done on our foundation at the museum. That work was just completed. We did just lay some more concrete. We hope and pray that's it. But yes, we had structural issues with our structural foundation, and that has been taken care of. If you need more questions, somebody called and had some questions. Why are you doing it? Well, I hope you did this and that. Well, our grounds chair, Fred Boggs, and along with Jason Garcia, there's pretty much not a day lately they're not around there checking and doing. And if you need more information about what in the world are we doing and why in the world are we doing it, give us a call, and Fred Boggs would love to have some coffee or a donut with you and show. Next thing is our sprinklers that keeps going on and on and on. We value the monies that are donated. We're trying to be good stewards of the money. Yes, we need to keep our grass a little bit green. So there's a balance there. So if you have a background in sprinklers or would be willing to donate some money or make a donation towards our what we're calling There Is Hope Fund, our structural fund, investing, talk about historical, we're investing into our property. We're not done raising the money to cover all of our capitalized projects.
Well,
I tell you one thing.
It's a historic
I'm not a
building
finance major.
Yeah.
And when I saw capitalized projects, I didn't know what that meant. But
Speaking of glassed over eyes.
I've seen a lot of capitalized projects in quotes lately. But we're doing what's right and we're doing what needs to be done. But it sure as heck doesn't mean that it's easy.
Sure.
We need money. We need to keep the lights on and everything else
Absolutely.
too. So,
and by the way, in a world of COVID, which supply demand and everything's crazy,
yes,
so cost of construction tenfold.
New air conditioners, this and that. Have we had to buy new air conditioners? Yes.
Yeah.
Did we live with 2 years of crazy loud noises to Yes. So we need help. If you want to be a volunteer, we're getting going. I've got some volunteers behind the scenes, and then we have volunteers for the tours. Please call the museum. We always need. And you can volunteer from your home. We still have people that, for one reason or another, can't get out of their house. Well, I'll take projects right to you. I'll be happy to deliver projects.
Absolutely.
You can fold and do things and address letters and do all those things that make my life simpler. And any way we can do that, that's so important.
Absolutely. So please reach out to us.
One thing that I have goodie bags in a box sitting there. And why do I have them?
All right.
Those are fourth graders' goodie bags that have not brought their family back.
Okay.
We partnered with McDonald's. You better believe there's a little gift card in those goodie bags. And those goodie bags are not going to be given to anybody but fourth graders.
Our return fourth graders.
So if a fourth grader received a tour in Roswell, New Mexico, whether it's public or private school, they were told to call the museum. Got to call the museum. Somebody called and said, we showed up and you weren't open. We're not, you know me, there's only one of me. I may be at an event or whatever. Call and make an appointment. So if your child's a fourth grader and maybe for whatever reason they missed the tour, Or if they got the tour, call 622-8333, make an appointment, say my child was a 4th grader, bring the family, and those goodie bags are yours. And they do have thank you, Snowburger Legacy and McDonald's. They jumped right in and said, of course we'll help. So, hey, those meals are just waiting to be eaten.
Yeah.
You can't get it until you come get the goodie bags. So we have those things waiting there. They're just waiting there.
Stake your claim, 4th graders.
And there's more than just McDonald's food blessings.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of other stuff, too. Well, we know.
Thank you to Pioneer. There's a Pioneer blessing in there, too. Pioneer.
We just know
Pioneers,
a keto 4th grader's
members
heart
of the
is
Historical
a
Society.
chicken McNugget or a sundae or something. I get it. I get that.
I think we've covered everything, and I don't know if Elaine Mayfield's listening, but Mike, you and I are, of course, part of the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association.
Next Thursday.
It is very important for me to tell you, thank you to Betty at Mexico Military Institute. We love you, Betty. She's tried to work with us as much as possible on this RSVPs. It is not too late to buy a reservation for our annual banquet, all honoring and celebrating the greatness of the last 3 years.
Yes.
And it's some great
we
people
got 5 individuals
honored
this year and really another 8 more from the last couple of years.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then you can meet some of our scholarship kids through Teen Leadership. It's not too late. We need your reservation today. And if you want to pay it forward, we would love to pay it forward to some people that are part of this event, that are giving their time. I'd love for us to say, stay and eat, courtesy. So if
you can get a table.
Yes, you can. You could still get a table. We have to know today.
Okay.
She's extended, and she's about extended
We're
out.
done being
Thank you,
extended.
Betty. We love you, Betty. But we need to know today. And if you wanted to say, I want to sponsor a table, that would be wonderful. For example, somebody could sponsor our scholarship table. It's not too late.
Good.
That's something that we, as our board, covers, taking care of some of our past kids. But what if we had a sponsor? If you're out there and said, I saw something about it, call today and say, I'll sponsor the scholarship table or something like that. And we could pay that forward and it could help cover our expenses.
Absolutely.
So you can call Elaine, or you could even call the museum. Call me at 622-8333. I will be in the office today, and you could even forward that to me. I'm honored to partner with Elaine and Shelby and some other great people helping us to get these things done. It's $30 for a ticket, and Elaine's phone number, if you want to contact her direct, is 626-2640. It is not too late today, though, to make a reservation, pay it forward, or sponsor a table. I think I have the approval to say we got some amazing silent auction items.
Good.
You do not have to go to the event. For example, the Aguilar family can't bid online.
Okay.
You could call or text 626-2640. And you say, well, what am I bidding on? Well, I would love to tell you one of the amazing things we just got donated is this authentically signed Brian Urlacher UNM jersey, donated courtesy of the Aguilar family. It is framed and amazing.
Oh, cool.
He's a Hall of Famer now, so that's amazing. Value's up. We have that. Something else I don't mind mentioning, we have some amazing baskets. Thank you, Elaine, and myself and Shelby are working on. Something else we got is an amazing large, it's a butterfly decorated chair, like to go outside landscaping. Honey Depot down in Artesia. If you say, I've never heard of Honey Depot,
that's amazing.
You need
store.
to know.
Yeah.
You need to know who is Honey Depot. We love Honey Depot.
Yeah.
And she called and said, I want to help. Y'all do great things. It is valued at $300. You could put it inside, or it's a yellow, like butterfly chair. Could even go inside. It's amazing.
Cool.
So if you can't go to the event or want to bid or see pictures, call the museum at 622-8333 or call or text Elaine at 2640 and you get more information. And then there's going to be a lot more baskets.
If you love
John LeMay thing, there's going to be a Billy the Kid package, and it's going to have a signed and autographed copy of John and the amazing artist that he's partnered with. Logan, you're amazing.
Yeah,
and there's going to be some fun. There's going to be some fun Billy the Kid collectible items that's going to be in that package. That's going to be a highly rare, valuable package. So just some very unique, fun things.
By the way,
and peppers.
If you're looking for like cool like seasonings, things like that, Honey Depot has all that stuff.
They have everything.
They're really a treasure
I love
trove with
when
that kind
somebody
of stuff.
says, who's that?
Yeah.
You need to, that's worth the road trip, isn't it, to
it is.
Artesia?
It absolutely is.
They're in Artesia, but it doesn't mean that they support Roswell and Artesia. I love families like that. They support our bulldogs and coyotes and all of that.
The Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. Guess where Artesia's at? Guess where it's at? southeast New Mexico.
So it's not too late to help us support our banquets and all of that fun stuff, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, RoswellNMHistory.org will take you to everything we have here. Like I said, don't hesitate to call the Historical Society here. And don't forget, get your tickets today for
has to be today.
Leadership
it cannot
Roswell
be
Alumni
tomorrow. Has to be today. Or sponsor.
Yeah, reach out to Elaine. You can call her or text her, 575-626-2640. You can even shoot her an email, condor@dfn.com. It's pretty easy to remember.
Yep.
Condor at DFN.
Or if you can't get her because she's so busy getting ready for the UFO Festival, and we tag team all the time.
She's also getting Galacticon ready, by the way.
So if you can't get her and need immediate response, you can call me too at 622-8333. Just leave a voicemail. We'll get you taken care of. Yeah. You can pay for those tickets out the door, or you can mail a check in as long as we know to get it taken care of now.
RSVP by phone, and then, like I said, you're covered. When you get to the door, you can pay $30 or whatever.
For sure.
So absolutely. Well, thank you, Amy, as always. I know you got about 20 things to get done here. So
we all
do,
but we'll do this together and have some fun. And go out and spread sunshine today. We want to see smiles and happiness, no griping.
There you go.
No mean faces, no eye rolling. Let's bring some sunshine to this community. We have a great community. We're doing great things.
Be nice to other people, and you'll find out they'll be nice to you. It's a weird concept.
Yes, pay it forward. Do something nice. We're going to bring sunshine, and that's all there is to it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Amy.
Happy day.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
All right, 7:55. Quick news and Wall Street update and break before more news. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Sorello. The Eddy County Clerk, Darlene Rosbrom, on Wednesday certified the results of the county's elections, despite some questions about voting accuracy. Rosbrom assured everyone that there have been multiple checks and balances by her office to make sure all votes are legal and certified. County Manager Alan Davis also expressed confidence in the voting system and the results. The results have Kelly Calicote retaining the Division I judge seat by defeating Toby Austin. Megan Bowen also beat Monica Martinez-Jones in Division II. Bowen will replace interim magistrate judge Richard Van Dyke, who was appointed earlier this year by Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham. In Alamogordo now, a police officer involved in a deadly crash Wednesday. It happened on Highway 70, also known as North White Sands Boulevard. State police said the Alamogordo officer and a citizen's vehicle collided, killing the driver of the citizen's vehicle. You're up to date. Local news headlines. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The Federal Reserve intensified its fight against inflation on Wednesday, raising its key interest rate by 0.75 of a point, the largest bump since 1994, and signaling more rate hikes ahead as it tries to cool off the U.S. economy without causing a recession. The unusually large rate hike came after data released Friday showed U.S. inflation rose last month to a 4-decade high of 8.6%. President Biden on Wednesday called on U.S. oil refiners to produce more gasoline and diesel, saying their profits have tripled during the time of war between Russia and Ukraine, as Americans struggle with record-high prices at the pump. Gas prices nationwide are averaging roughly $5 a gallon, an economic burden for many Americans and a political threat for the president's fellow Democrats going into the midterm elections. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
The blowout is on. The Honda Summer Blowout is on all month long at Roswell Honda with an amazing selection of sparkling new rides to choose from, like a 2017 Honda Accord for just $389 a month, a 2019 Ford EcoSport for just $349 a month, or a 2015 Chrysler 200 for just $249 a month. Zero down, no payments till September, and 0% financing available. And if you've ever thought about trading up, now is the best time. Your current vehicle has never been worth more. And bring in your mailer for a chance to win big. The blowout is on all month long at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
At LeGrand Funeral Chapel, we believe that every funeral should be a reflection of the life it honors. The joys, the triumphs, the faith, the family, and so much more. For us, no detail is too small, no request too big. This is Rosa Aguilar. When the time comes to choose a funeral home, we hope you'll let us serve your family. At LeGrand Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
I got to learn to tell time. I thought it was 8 o'clock and it's 7:59. I got a whole another minute to kill. And I was thinking it was going up on 8 o'clock. I don't know. Dyslexia of the brain there. But anyway. All right. We got a few seconds before Town Hall News here. Stay tuned next hour. We're going to talk with the folks from the city. I believe it'll be Kevin Mavers that's joining us here, and we'll talk all about that. That's coming up about 8:15 or so. And then next hour, in the 9 o'clock hour, it's going to the pets. We're going to have Crystal Noble with the Roswell Humane Society join us and give us an update on pets available for adoption and all that good stuff. So that's coming up next hour. Don't forget, as always, if you miss any part of our show, go back and check it out at your leisure, ksvptv.com, our KEND Roswell's Talk FM YouTube channel, or on our Facebook wall as well. All right, 8 o'clock, you're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Dow falls below a key threshold. The blue chip index dropping below 30,000 following this morning's opening bell. The Nasdaq and the S&P down sharply as well. Follows the Fed's announcement of the biggest increase in short-term interest rates since 1994. Speaking for the White House, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre blaming the oil companies for skyrocketing energy costs, accusing them of being unpatriotic for not doing more to bring prices down.
We are calling on them to do the right thing, to be patriots here, and not to use the war as an excuse or as a reason to not put out a production, to not do the capacity that is needed out there, so that the prices can come down.
But during the campaign, then candidate Joe Biden declared war on fossil fuels. One of his first orders of business upon taking office, the shutdown of the Keystone XL pipeline project, and also placing millions of acres off limits to drilling. Fewer Americans applied for unemployment last week.
The Labor Department reports applications for jobless aid fell by 3,000 to 229,000 for the week ending June 11th. First-time applications generally represent the number of layoffs. Jobless claims applications this week and last week were the highest since the first weeks of the year.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. Global deaths from the coronavirus on the rise again.
In its latest weekly assessment, the World Health Organization says 8,700 people died globally last week from COVID-19, a 4% increase coming after 5 weeks of declines. The largest jump in deaths were centered in the Americas and the Western Pacific.
Correspondent Jennifer King. Wall Street, the Dow down 687 points. It's below 30,000. The Nasdaq off 371. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 3388 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 3388. Enjoy.
A fisherman has allegedly confessed to killing a British journalist and an indigenous expert in Brazil's remote Amazon, leading police to the bodies of the victims.
Police said at a news conference in the Amazon city of Manaus that the prime suspect in the case confessed Tuesday night and detailed what happened to freelance reporter Dom Phillips and Bruno Pereira of Brazil, who went missing on the 5th of June. The federal investigators said Amarildo da Costa de Oliveira, nicknamed Pelado, told officers he used a firearm to kill the pair. He also said there's no way they would have got to that spot that quickly without the confession. Authorities say they expect more arrests will be made soon. I'm Zaria Shakili.
Germany's vice-chancellor stepping up an appeal for the country's residents to save energy after Russia's Gazprom announced significant cuts in natural gas deliveries through a key pipeline. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Italy opens what just may be the only museum of its kind on the planet. Space that's been set aside for the display of stolen art.
The Museum of Rescued Art was inaugurated Wednesday in the cavernous octagonal hall of Rome's Baths of Diocletian. The exhibition is designed to showcase Italy's efforts to get valuable, illegally exported ancient artworks and artifacts repatriated from foreign museums and private collections. The inaugural exhibit revolves around some 100 of 260 artifacts recovered by a National Police Art Squad from the United States. Rhonda Rockster reporting.
Floodwaters have devastated Yellowstone National Park, now menacing communities downstream where residents are busy cleaning up, also keeping an eye on rising river levels. Due to flooding in Montana's largest city, Billings, they've had to close down the water treatment plant, a city of 110,000 people. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question. Back up real quick. Let me show you a shirt. Why did they not paint the tires black on that car, on the Mystery Machine? That kind of bugs me.
You know, I never noticed it until you pointed it out. I've had this shirt for like 2 years. I've never noticed that. I just noticed that,
and then I was like, well, maybe they're trying to save colors. I'm like, no, they did black outline. It would have been that much more to put.
They weren't trying to save colors. Yeah. There's all the colors.
Why did they put the black on the tires?
I don't know. They wanted to show off the heather.
That's like that kind of annoys me a little bit.
I've literally never ever noticed it.
I just happened to be looking, and I was like, that's annoying.
Well, now, yeah, it is now. Thanks for that. Ruined one of my favorite shirts.
Sorry.
Never gonna not see it now.
That's the things. Welcome to my head. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just happened to glance. I'm like, now why wouldn't they paint the tires black? They just outline the tires, but the Mystery Machine's got all greened up and everything else. Colored. But they don't color in the tires. It's like someone did a coloring book and
didn't
got quit. Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was kind of, we had a stereo in our headphones.
They were just like, yeah, no, we've done enough. Honestly, I've owned the shirt for 2 years and I never noticed. That's why they didn't color the tires, because why? What's the point? Yeah, because crazy people like you pointed out.
This is true. That's what I do. Well, happy Thursday.
Yes.
Hope all of you are having a wonderful day. Mm-hmm. And I think is that Juanita? Or is that Kevin? I thought I heard Juanita coming in. Or is it Kevin?
It's Juanita.
Ah, cool. Very good. So Juanita Jennings will be joining. I knew someone from the city was coming. There, it's doing it again.
I know. I wonder if it's our cans.
Yeah, it might be.
Okay.
There it goes. I think it's a little better. Yeah, that'll mess with your head a little bit when it starts cutting in one ear and out the other.
It will.
But yes, we're going to talk some city stuff here and all that with Juanita Jennings in just a few minutes. There's episode 5 is out for
The Offer?
No.
Oh.
No, Offer's done, I think.
Oh, really?
I watched the 9th episode last week, and that it never said it was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's the last one, just because it
Well, it
ended.
feels like since it's one story, I mean, or one movie.
Yeah, I mean, the movie's done.
Mhm.
You know, they all kind of did the, you know, and I think it's done.
Don't think that if this season was a success, they're not going to do Godfather 2.
I don't know how they're going to.
I just feel, well, that's the thing. You don't need to know.
Yeah.
They have a writer's room full of people that say, we're going to do a second season of this because it was so popular. Let's make it happen.
I don't know if Godfather 2 had such the because let's face it, Godfather 1, they had to convince people this was a success.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time Godfather 2 comes around, they're like, duh, it's a success.
This was a success.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So are they going to have to deal with some of the things that you said? So I don't know. And I don't know if it was cantankerous like it was the first time.
Sure.
You know, will the mob be involved again?
But I mean, I
don't
got to
know.
imagine there was a little bit of pushback.
I'm guessing, yeah. But either way, if they did another one and it's about Godfather 2, I'm in.
I bet.
Because I loved.
It seemed like a very
The Offer. I loved that series. It was an amazing 9 little episodes. Dan Fogler, I think it's his name.
Okay.
As what's his name? The director. His name
Scorsese.
no, not
not Scorsese. Yeah, Puzo. No, he's the writer. Gosh darn it.
The director, his name just went out of my head. Coppola.
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Sorry.
Jeez, man, my brain.
It happens. You remember the actor's name, but not.
Yeah, but
Coppola.
he does such a great job of playing Coppola in there. It's like he's my favorite character in the whole show. Is him playing Coppola.
Yeah.
Ribisi does a great job of playing the mafia dude Columbo. It's and it's not Columbo the detective.
Right.
It's Columbo the gangster. He was kind of the Don back in the day during that time. He was the Gotti of this in the 70s there when they were in late 60s when they were making this movie. So, but it's so good. I just loved it. I felt like, and they do a great job because, and I hope this is true. Like Coppola and all the way he had the cast and everything, it was almost like a little mafia feeling off the set too, and but not the bad way. Not like I'm gonna kill you if you don't do what I say, but like the family dinners, like the whole cast sitting down eating together. You know what I mean? Just that Italian family style atmosphere all the time. And I hope that's true because I was like, that's kind of cool. I love how the actors and the directors and they're just sitting around eating pasta over a thing, just talking, like family would. And I thought that was kind of cool. And I hope they had that atmosphere on the set.
It's those.
In my head, that just sounds cool.
Those little things I can appreciate.
Yeah.
Did you? Were you ever into Squid Game?
No, I never checked that out.
First of all, check it out because it's great.
I've heard things. I just haven't sat down and busted that said, here, let me start watching it.
But what they're going to do next, they already announced they're doing season 2. And the story ended on a cliffhanger, so they can do a season 2.
Okay.
But no, now they're going to turn it into a reality show.
Really?
They're getting 456 contestants to play the games, essentially the games from Squid Game. I'm assuming they're not going to murder you.
I was going to say, weren't people dying in that?
But the prize is the largest prize in reality game show history. $4.56 million.
Okay,
because
what is that number?
456 people. Each person is worth $10,000.
Wow.
It's referencing in the show because in the show, every time somebody died, it was, I think, $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Or something. It was some insane amount. Because, the total, it was $1 million won. Because the total they gave away was like 46.5 billion won, which works out to like $38 million.
Man, my younger me called it.
Yeah?
Back when the movie The Running Man came out, I'd said back then, that's going to be reality before I die. Here we are.
Here we are.
Squid Game.
That's right. Next week on Fox, watch Lions Eat Christians.
Called it. You nailed it, younger me.
You did it.
Attaboy.
If I could write a letter to me.
All right, it is 8:14. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather of which you do not want to hear.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little bit of moist air coming in. We'll have sunshine and hot conditions again today. We'll be in the upper 90s to around 100. Isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms will be possible, though, and a little bit breezy. For the overnight hours, partly cloudy, low 70s, and then another hot one on Friday. Sunshine, and we'll be in the upper 90s. Looks like we'll stay hot through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, we're in the 80s already at 8 in the 14 a.m. 81 here in Roswell. Humidity is at 47%. Winds says currently out of the south at 16, gusting to 22. My trees aren't moving that much, so I don't know if that's quite accurate. Sunny today. Expect highs right around 100. Which, if you're putting a glass half full, but at least it's not 108. Winds will be out of the southeast today, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, 74 for an overnight low with south winds 15 to 20. Those winds will decrease 5 to 10 after midnight. Friday, sunny, hot, 98 for a high with south winds 5 to 10, picking up 15 to 20 tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 70, south winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Then for your weekend, sunny, hot, 97 on Saturday. Winds out of the south, 15 to 20 for the afternoon. And then for Sunday and the next days after, that monsoon thing they keep telling us about, that looks like it might be in place. For your Juneteenth on Sunday, there is a 20% chance of showers. Sunny and hot otherwise, 98. 30% chance of rain Sunday night. Partly cloudy, overnight low of 72. And then Monday, 30% chance of rain. Monday night, a 20% chance of rain. Tuesday, a 20%. And a 10% on Wednesday, all highs in the upper 90s there to start your next week. All right, it is 15 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, will join us here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. We'll be right back.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
This July, Roswell becomes Ground Zero.
I'm Clyde Lewis, and you're listening to Ground Zero.
The International UFO Museum and Research Center, in conjunction with Roswell's Talk FM, are bringing nationally syndicated radio show host Clyde Lewis to Roswell for the 2022 UFO Festival. Clyde will be broadcasting his show Ground Zero live from the International UFO Museum on Friday, July 1st from 8 to 11 p.m. Join Clyde as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. The truth is out there.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical.
Name to remember.
No doubt about it, summer is a time for family fun and adventure. And whether it's a drive across the country for an epic vacation or a drive across town for epic ice cream, you have to have a vehicle you can depend on. A vehicle that's comfortable for the whole family and all your gear. That's why you should begin your summer adventures at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, you'll find southeastern New Mexico's largest inventory of exceptionally nice pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. All have survived a rigorous 139 point inspection, and Roswell Ford even gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee. So where do we get such great pre-owned vehicles? Well, Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks. If you have one you want to sell, we'll make you a cash offer on the spot and give you a week to think about it. Cross town or cross country, get your summer adventures started right with an upgraded ride from Roswell Ford, the Tailgate Nation, at the corner of 9th and Main, the official sponsor of Summer Fun.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, Bonita Jennings, back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. You're all over the place, like on TV and stuff, with UFO Festival coming around the corner, but I happen to just pop in on news and various things, and Bonita Jennings, so this is what we're talking about. Yes. And because obviously you're doing your outside marketing and campaigning, encouraging people from all over the state and outside the state to say, come visit Roswell this weekend for UFO Festival, but it's just fun to say, like, oh, yeah, she's on all the time. You see her, see you on the New Mexico news, but even bigger, more national platforms as well too. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting. That's my primary job. Most of the time is to promote our city for people to come into externally. So as we gear up for UFO Festival, we want to maximize our opportunities with all of the media outlets everywhere, and so there's lots of interviews happening throughout this next couple weeks that we've been gearing up. Our true marketing campaign started on June 6th. So we had kind of started a campaign beginning of March, here, there, just a little bit of, stuff kind of teasing it. And now we're full force, ready to go. And I think it's working because, our ticket sales are great. Good. And hotel from our committee meeting that we had, our community partner meeting on Tuesday, we had a couple hoteliers there and they are sold out.
Good.
So that is really great news.
It's a great thing to hear.
Great thing, especially when we're still 2 weeks out. So in our mind, we're 10 days out, just because we don't count the weekends, and we have to be ready the week of. So.
Sure, absolutely. Which they will be here. As far as the public goes, what help do you still need from them as far as getting ready for UFO Festival?
So we are looking for some volunteers to be brand ambassadors at the festival. So helping at our visitor center, directing people where to go, at our check-in booths. So the festival is happening from 2nd Street all the way down to 11th Street.
Okay.
So there will be activities on the courthouse lawn, in Pioneer Plaza, at the convention center, and then to Bremen. So it's kind of a whole mix of the downtown district.
And then you'll find little stuff in between those locations on the way to and from.
Yes. So like Reichman Park's going to have some music. You'll have some stuff happening over by Invasion Station. You're going to have stuff at the Duncan. So all throughout the Main Street corridor.
So when you walk to these, like if you're going from, say, 2nd all the way to the convention center, there's a lot of stuff to hit as you're making that trek down up north into town there. So
so we need brand ambassadors to kind of be in that corridor, giving people maps, directing people where to go, and
just
telling
being
them,
guides for folks.
Yes, taking their pictures, things like that. So that's what we need the most help with. Is it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll sign you up for any shift that you are able to work. We'll give you a cool T-shirt to wear.
Nice.
Lots of water because it will be hot.
So if you want to come and be, if you're a people person, love talking with people, especially if you love meeting people from other places and things, and if you're maybe if you want to do your own gee whiz curiosity, go be an ambassador, and then you'll be like, that weekend I was there, I talked to people from 16 different countries and 12 different states, whatever that your numbers are. But if you love to kind of do that stuff and talk to people, this might be a lot of fun for you. So and of course you're helping promote our community and helping, and who knows, maybe those people you're giving direction to might come back and say, I love that place so much, I'm going to come back next year, or I'm going to move here.
Yes, that's how we got our graphic designer. Honestly, she came through and they fell in love with our community, and that's how she came, and that's why she was here. And
all because you were sitting there directing them to McDonald's or something. Who knows?
Right. Yeah. So we need people like that, and then we also need some hosts. So people that will take a special group that have purchased kind of a VIP ticket, taking them on a party bus to some of our local restaurants, and just really kind of being a tour guide for them. So we're looking for 2 more spots that we have to fill there. If you love to talk about Roswell and love this city,
so that might be someone that maybe has a little bit of deep knowledge of Roswell, a little bit, that might be able to add to some of that too. So if maybe you've been here a good hunk of your life and you've spent a lot of time in many places here, I want to share those experiences and opportunities with these folks, and please reach out. So
we're looking for that person who can do the alien crawl. So lots of volunteers. We're getting ready. Like I said, lots of media coverage. Christina Stock did a wonderful article for our big commemorative piece. So the 75th anniversary, Mr. Nebb, our city manager, came up with an idea of why don't we give a tribute to those pioneers in Pioneer Plaza who had a tie to research, UFOlogy. And so we will be honoring Jesse Marcel, he is senior, and then Stanton Friedman, who really kind of put Roswell, gave it the attention that it neaded.
He's, of course, he just passed away a couple of years ago, or a year or two ago here, during
in
COVID.
2019.
2019,
yes.
yeah. I have had the opportunity to speak with that man and talk with that man, and it's interesting because and this is what, when you talk with people like this, when you talk UFOlogy and stuff, of course, most people think the green men, the whole, all that stuff. But these gentlemen, when you talk with them, it literally is science and math, and so it's very, whatever you want to believe, aliens, whatever you believe it, you do you. But when you talk with these gentlemen, you could tell that this is not some kind of fun novelty thing. It's just that the evidence they present, everything's done scientifical, clinical, and very dry is not the right word because it's just lack of the entertainment fuzziness. And to me, it brings a real authenticity. And when so someone's saying, "Do you think aliens exist?" and you people, I'm one of those people that's like, well, there's a lot of galaxies, a lot of planets. That's a very narrow-minded thing to think we're the only planet that's got something, But there's no evidence that I've seen. I've never been abducted. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't personally. And so, but when you talk with a guy like him, you're like, wow, okay, now I'm seeing the actual evidence. Okay, now I get possibility. You're talking about rocks and the things you're finding, and there is nothing on this planet that resembles it.
Right.
How the heck does that get here? There's some explaining to do, and so guys like Stanton Freeman, and it's a real treat to do that. So it's cool they're honoring him, because when you talk about men like this, and I personally have interviewed them, it's not the same, because most of us think, okay, you're the guy that conspiracy theory here, conspiracy. No, these are very clinical, scientific type individuals that do that, literally coming from I wouldn't even say a point of skepticism versus, like Don Schmidt's another one I've talked to a bunch, and they actually come in like not believing what they're doing. They're just following the science, and this is where the science took them, and that's where it's fascinating to me. So, sorry, I got way off on that.
But that's the thing. Those are the two audiences. So we have those that are very scientific about UFO Festival and what happened here in 1947, and then we have the audience of the quirky fun. I just want to get abducted and be taken to another planet. So. That's what makes the job a little bit more fun, because we have two audiences to balance to. And that's why we have a really great program. Actually, just got it confirmed. And the string quartet, Giovanni String Quartet, in partnership with Roswell Symphony Orchestra, is going to be playing at the museum. And they're going to do kind of a Friday happy hour with wine and a little bit of string quartet music. Nice. And then they have a new exhibition called Future Shock that is opening up on the 25th. So for those of you that are local that want a preview before we get invaded by all the tourists, come on out to the Roswell Museum and check it out, because it's really, really cool. Very 3D. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And then while you're there, you get the schedule for the weekend. If like the planetarium's right there, if you want to get the show schedule for all the stuff they got on tap, you can get it all right there while you're mingling and enjoying the music and the artwork and everything.
They'll have laser shows. They're going to have some sci-fi movies that they'll be showing in their theater. And then, of course, they're going to have, they're partnering with us, and we're having the kids zone area. So we'll have like moon and rockets and just a lot of fun stuff for everybody to do.
Yeah. So please mark it on your calendars and come out and plan to attend and come be a part. Like you said, we're looking for some ambassadors to come and volunteer their time that weekend to come be a part of the city events and help guide and direct our visitors that'll be in town that week. Please reach out to the city.
Kathy Lay.
We've had her on a bunch here.
Yes, she's our point of contact. You can reach her at 624-6700. She'll get you signed up, background check, all that fun stuff.
She's a great lady, but you talk to her long enough, she might get you volunteering for more stuff you realize. Just warning you.
Yes, she will. She totally will. Oh, but that's what makes her so good. And
she absolutely is. She's great.
She's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And then the one other thing that I do want to just let the community know about is our Saturday night concert, the big concert with Midland. Grab a friend. Carpool, because parking is going to be a little bit chaotic. It's a very small area. While we think it is large, when we are,
it fills up very quickly.
It fills up very quickly, especially when you're inviting people from all over the world. That with a brand and an artist as big as Midland, ticket sales are great. We are just about sold out. I think we will sell out probably by Sunday.
So if you want a ticket, you better get it this week.
Yes, I would highly recommend that because once we're sold out, we don't plan on selling at the door.
Like I said, there's only so many logistics you can put in that area, and you're at that capacity.
We are at that capacity.
Once it sells out. So
we're kind of at that capacity right now. And so I said, maybe we should cut off ticket sales. But I think if you grab a friend, carpool, we will have Dial-A-Ride. Roswell Transit will have bus service throughout the weekend that will pick you up. If you have friends or family coming in from out of town at hotels, they will do that as well.
So utilize some of the public transportation to save you a few headaches on some
and
of the
stuff. And it'll be free. And so, gas prices are really expensive. So utilize that service.
Exactly. Or rent a couple scooters and scoot all the way down there. It might be cheaper.
That's what we talked about. We saw those scooters. We said everybody needs to take the bird to the concert. That solves all the problems. So we'll have a map on our website that's going up tomorrow for all of our public parking. And then our schedule of events and when I say schedule of events, everybody's events that are happening. So all of our community partners, we have the Roswell Invaders that are doing 3 home games, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
We have the Roswell Community Little Theater. They are doing Battle of the Bands and the reenactment tour.
Cool.
We have Main Street, who's doing some music out on the courthouse lawn throughout the day, some kid activities, and then, of course, the Passport program. And then we have Galacticon, who is doing kind of some vendors and cosplay inside the convention center.
Yeah, the convention center will be kind of half them and then half like some of the panels and things from the UFO Museum research side. Yeah.
Yes, and the Roswell Daily Record. And so Galacticon, they're also the sponsor of the Pet and People contest that will be happening on the courthouse lawn. And
it's for pets dressed as people. I'm just kidding. No, it's
you never know.
Well, it could. It's a alien costume contest, and they're arguably 2 of the most popular things that are part of the UFO, at least for locals and things like that. Yeah,
definitely. And then, like I said, we have the concert and just lots of activities. We have a kids zone with foam, like water, because it's super hot, and so just kind of getting sprayed.
Yeah, might have to discipline the adults. It's for kids.
It's for kids, yes. And then, of course, we have a beer garden, cantina, with vendors and food trucks.
Good deal. So have a good time. Drink responsibly, obviously. And,
yes.
And don't worry. Law enforcement will be checking and tracking anybody that tries to drink and drive or do anything like the sort. They're going to be there in full force, making sure that doesn't happen.
And use our Dial-A-Ride service. That's why we have it. It's please be responsible.
There are too many other options for you to get home that are very easy to do.
Yes.
Just, especially if you plan on going out and partying. Keep these things handy.
Yes.
So when you get to that point, that you're like, all right, I need to stop. Then you can call for a ride home and get that done, or have someone that can make sure you get that ride home. So
yes, absolutely.
Yep.
And then, of course, all the speakers. I mean, the speakers are going to be the highlight of the event, leading up to the 75th. That'll be really important.
Absolutely.
There'll be some at the UFO Museum and Research Center, and then, of course, some at the Convention Center.
For fans of our radio stuff, if you listen to our nighttime national syndicated paranormal talk host Clyde Lewis.
Yes.
He's going to be doing his show from Roswell both, I believe, Thursday night and Friday night. Friday night, he's going to be at the museum doing his show. We're working the Thursday details now. I'll announce that here in a bit. But so if you like, and then I think he's going to be doing some panels on Saturday out in the convention center there as well, too. So. Yeah. The abduction panels, I think, for those who are into that. But yeah, so if you like, it's a big deal. We're getting and for folks that don't know, Clyde's he's a paranormal talk guy. He's been doing it for years, but he's got a nationally syndicated show, and he actually came down a few years ago for UFO Festival. But him, among many others, will be here as experts and folks that this is what they do for a living, talking about this stuff. And Clyde's kind of got he's a little famous. He's got a national show, and so he's got an audience built in kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. It's even if it's not, so to speak, your thing, come check it out and see all the fun that's out there. And one new change this year too. The parade's going to be Saturday morning.
Yes.
Something we want to make note of. So if you're going out Saturday night looking for a parade, it was in the morning.
It's in the morning at 9 o'clock, I believe, or 9:30. I think they were working on the time. But yes, it's on Saturday morning. It'll start on 12th and 11th Street, so right by the convention center, and the route will go down and it'll disperse at 3rd Street. So,
good deal.
And it'll be in the morning. So if you're interested in doing a flow or participating, please contact Barbara Gomez at Main Street Roswell. She'll get you signed up. It's a collaboration between Main Street and then, of course, very grateful to the UFO Museum for supporting it by giving out some cash prizes. I think there's like $150,
good
$200.
for them. I'm glad they're able to do that.
Different cash prizes for that. So make sure you come out for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And come support these great people. So
yeah.
Do we want to shift to app now, or do we got any more UFO festival stuff?
I think that's all the UFO festival stuff. I mean, there's a lot. There's definitely a lot.
Well, go check out the UFO Festival website.
Yes.
That is your best resource for everything for this upcoming UFO festival. And it's is it UFO Festival?
It's UFOfestival.com.
And I always want to add Roswell for some reason.
UFOfestival.com.
Yeah.
We tried to go with the original, right?
I know.
It's
just in my head, you know, because quite frankly, a lot of people have tried to crowbar and take that little, and so I didn't know if you guys had to get, because well, you know the world of locking down .coms and like I got them all, and you got to pay me to get them unblocked and all that.
Right.
So. But good deal.
UFOfestival.com. And we couldn't do it. Oh, one other great thing. I forgot to tell you. This just came through. So Sky Element, one of our great sponsors that just came through, they're going to do a drone show for us, which will give us kind of a little bit of a reenactment with drones. It's only 9 minutes. It's going to be on Friday night, right before, or it's right after the costume contest. It's at 9 o'clock.
And you can see it like downtown.
And you'll be able to see it downtown. It's going to be really cool. But Sky Element, they
so if one say hung out on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn, that would be a good place to view said
there
drone.
And the convention center. So it's lifting off from De Bremen. So your best view will
probably
be
a little farther north
at convention center, but definitely we'll be able to see it, or should be able to see it in the sky. And so again, we couldn't do it without Sky Element, and then of course Excel Energy and a pizza center. They've been a great sponsor for us, and then Spacewalk Roswell. So,
No, if you haven't been in there yet,
you've
that's
got
pretty cool.
To go check them out.
Bring the family in there and go have some fun.
They are going to they've partnered with the Spring River Zoo to do a out of this world exhibit of this new kind of species that I didn't even know existed.
We're getting into some science here.
It's pretty interesting. It's called the Glorak. I'm probably saying it wrong. It came from the Talon Zoo. And so it'll be on Sunday. So you'll have to go check it out at Spring River Zoo.
I feel like that's a character in a Dr. Seuss book.
It's really interesting. It's really, really interesting. They brought it in to show us, and I was like, oh, wow, that's quite
interesting.
It's a different kind of species.
Cool.
Perfect for UFO Festival.
Sounds like a plan to me. So one other thing to add to your list during UFO Festival weekend. But definitely go to the website. You can kind of pick your itinerary set up and do that. And make sure, compete and go get the passports when they do, and go visit the businesses, and because that's the way to get cool, exclusive swag. But it's great because that way you're supporting our local businesses, because I know we're talking about fun and wanting to get everything out, but let's face it, especially in the world we live in right now, this is kind of Black Friday for a lot of Main Street, downtown businesses and things. This is where they make their nut for the year, and we need to do, obviously we're relying on a lot of visitors and out-of-town folks to come help fill those coffers, but we as locals need to keep supporting that too. So come on down and visit, encourage others to participate in the passport program and talk about it. So they're visiting these businesses and visiting our merchants and supporting them, so they're all sitting fat here with high in the black, those ledger numbers there later on. That'd be a good thing.
That would be great. And another thing, so good segue into what the city has developed, is our new mobile app.
Yeah, it's unveiled officially here now.
It's officially unveiled. Yeah. People can download it on Android or on their iPhones. We wanted to do a passport year round, right? Our goal is to get as much business into our locals as possible with all of our marketing that we're required to do, but also because it's important to us to make sure that we have that foot traffic. The Visitor Center has worked really hard to develop this. We have a really great team. They are kind of the people who they stop at the visitor center usually, and then we disseminate them out in the community. And so with this app, there's a couple of features. One of them is called a challenge. And so we have a new alien scavenger hunt, which is like a passport program.
Yeah.
We have these alien icons throughout the city.
Okay.
They download the app, they find them, they bring them back, and they get a small token of appreciation from the visitor center. Same concept for...
Now, are some of these hidden? Like
they are already...
We're going to make you work a little bit to find them? Good.
We want
I love
you
that.
out in the community. And so they're all throughout the downtown district, again, trying to get people near the shops, going into some of the shops and exploring.
Yeah.
And so you can find it on our mobile app. It's really neat. It's called the Alien Scavenger Hunt. It's under... when you go to challenges, you'll see it right there. And there's going to be more that will be added. And then it'll show like, oh, I've checked off this or I've checked off that. The other really neat thing that we put on here is the mural tour. So where you can go and take pictures and selfie stations, like the best ones throughout
That's a cool idea.
the city.
Yeah.
Again, if they check in at that mural, they get a little badge. And then once they get all of their badges, they bring it back to the visitor center and they get a nice token of our appreciation.
Oh, that's cool.
We also have a... Hidden History, so Roswell Hidden Histories. So that's on there. Just really great opportunity for people to kind of get out in different areas.
Yeah.
Going to the Historical Society. We're trying to push people to different areas throughout our downtown
When they come
district.
to see the aliens, you're saying, hey, while you're here, come see all of our rich cultural and opportunities we have.
And the museums. And, there's a museum tour that's coming out. And, if they go to this one, then can they go to that one? And so it's just a really neat feature. We also have on the app, if you're a local business and would like to be a part of it that is tourist related, you have to be a tourist related business.
Okay.
Please send us your information. You can send it to tourism@roswell-nm.gov.
Okay.
We also need a JPEG image of your business that can be put on the mobile app.
Okay.
As well as a 250-word description about your tourist related business.
So would like restaurants and stuff qualify as a tourist?
They do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
Yep.
Perfect. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's a list there that if you're questioning whether your business qualifies or not, there's a list there of.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So please send us that information because we want to try to help as much as possible to send people to your location as we possibly can. So.
Absolutely. So download the apps now. Start spreading the word here, and like I said, it just unveiled here. So what you see now is going to be not the end game. It's like I said, there's going to be more added. There's going to be more and the app's going to find its niche like anything else. Like people are going to go and use it and do everything that they want to do with it. And then the city's going to look at that and say, okay, these are the things they like. These not so much. Let's tweak or let's see what we can add. Like, for instance, like the scooters we were talking about. In the future, that's going to be something through the app you can work on and stuff like that. So, but I want to remind folks the app is not just for tourists. If you're looking to do stuff in Roswell, whether you live here your whole life or you're new to town, it's a great resource for that. So when you have the discussion of what do you want for dinner tonight, and it's like, I don't know, what do you want? You can use the app as they say, all right, well, let's use this to pick something. Or, hey, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. What do you want to do tonight? Now the app is your friend and say, well, look, they got this going on over here at the museum, or they got this at the zoo, or they got this. Yeah. And so it really is your kind of guidebook for those moments when you say, I don't know, what do you want to do?
Right. And it's really cool. So we do have like an event section where on the code, it all feeds in. So it pulls from different entities, which is really important because we wanted one centralized location for visitors and even for locals. Like, where do I gather this information? Is it on Facebook? Is it on Twitter? Is it on Instagram? This will really help kind of bring everything in one centralized location. And it's free of charge. So take advantage of it.
Yeah. And then, of course, obviously, feedback and stuff, too. If you're using it and you're like, man, wouldn't it be cool if you could do this? Reach out to the city. Maybe, there's enough people that are thinking the same thing you are, then Juanita and her staff would say, maybe we should look into adding that.
Absolutely.
To our
And this app discussion, so this came up last year after UFO Festival. This was one of our takeaways. After every large event, the city goes back and says, okay, what worked well, what didn't work well.
Right.
One of the things that we needed was a really good communication tool to our visitors. Hopefully all of them will download it, but we can send out notifications through this app if there's a location change. We started working on this project in August, and it's a lot of work, but we are really proud of it and hope that it's a good tool and a resource for locals and for visitors. And so if there is some ideas, please share them. We're more than willing to adapt.
It really is the people's app at the end of the day. It's meant for it's meant to be that conduit. So when the city wants to get you to learn about various recreational things in our community and tourism and the fun side,
right?
That's that resource to do that, and it only works if we the public utilize it, and it's a back and forth. When you're utilizing it, when you find things that are helpful and stuff, share that stuff to help, and it'll make the app better. It'll make everything. That's how things get better. And I know we live in a world now where everything's done for you, and it's kind of it's easy to forget that there's a lot of steps and a lot of work involved to perfect things. And there's so many products in modern technology nowadays that have been out for so long, but there's been so many years of testing, trial, what works, what doesn't work, a lot of that going on before the product you're seeing today is what it is. Chances are, if you would have bought said same product 20 years ago, it probably might be a little mad at it. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is, this is how we get them better. Keep utilizing it, keep working with it, and then giving your feedback. And next thing you know, that app will be one of the most useful probably apps on your phone at some point. So please check it out, download it today. It's available on your Android and Apple and all wherever you go get your apps at. It's all there, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything.
Doesn't cost anything. So check it out. And then the last thing, real quick, I'm just going to give you guys a quick plug. Nancy Lopez Golf Course this weekend. Father's Day's coming up.
Yeah.
We are having a scramble on Saturday.
Okay.
June 18th. Shotgun start at 8 o'clock.
They still got room for some teams?
We do have some room. 25 per player plus green fees and the cart fee. But just come on out and check them out. It's a 3-person scramble.
Swing by the pro shop anytime this week. Sign up your teams.
Yes.
And generally how that works, if it's just you and you're like, well, I don't have a couple buddies to golf with me, the pro there will pair you up based on your handicaps and everything like that. So whether you have 3 friends or you don't, come on down and sign up to golf.
Yes.
And then you'll make 3 friends or a couple friends.
Yes. And then for the golf course, starting next Tuesday is Taco Tuesday at the golf course. So $15, tacos, cervezas, and golf. So
there you go.
Come out and join us.
Wash your hands after you golf, or the taco grease your club will slip right in your hand and shoot across the thing.
That is true.
And they will not give you a do-over on taco grease related bad golf swings.
No, they won't. I don't think so. It depends on who you're playing with. But just a couple of fun activities that are happening this weekend in preparation for Father's Day.
Yeah. So download that app.
Yes.
Go check out the UFO Festival website. Don't forget the city's main website, roswell-nm.gov. That's your great resource for anything government related, your water bill.
Yep.
If you've got any of those kind of things, if you're wanting to maybe be serving on one of our committees like the cemetery board or one of these, go to that website. You'll learn more about that, and plus you'll learn more about stuff. If you want to do like a building permit thing, that's where you're going to go for all of that stuff. See Roswell is and RoswellConnect.com. That's where you go. Check that out if you want to get, say, your passes for the aquatic center or golf or whatever, or the zoo. The RoswellConnect.com website is for all of that stuff.
Yep.
So these are ones to keep in your favorites or your bookmark there, and so hopefully use them from time to time, because I'm telling you, you could probably save a bunch of money every time you go to the aquatic center, and then you're like, well, I'm paying $1 or $2 every time I go. I just get the season pass, and now I just because especially if you go a couple times a week, you're gonna make more. You're gonna save more money if you just get the pass.
We had 111 people buy a membership for the summer last month, so it's worth it.
And I also want to remind folks, you've seen stories on the news about employment and things. I just saw one yesterday about lifeguards nationally. They can't hire them and everything else. Well, Roswell's is in the same boat here.
Yes.
So please be aware that they have to shift pool hours and stuff just to make sure staffing.
Yes.
So I know it stinks, but it's the life we live in right now. You want to fix that? Tell your young friends and folks that want to be lifeguards right now. And there's a couple factors. COVID hurt us because a lot of these folks that would get trained didn't get trained because there was no place to get trained.
Right.
And then let's face it, there's a lot of jobs out there, and young kids are going, I can make just as much money. You know, they don't understand. They don't have a Baywatch to watch like we did to think how cool a lifeguard job was. And, man, I can meet people and look sexy and all that stuff. They don't understand that yet. And so
and make sure people are safe. That's
that part too.
That's the most important thing.
But they don't have the marketing tools like Hasselhoff running up the beach to make it sexy and exciting anymore. So
safety first. But yes, and we are doing training. So if you have an interest and still need a summer job, please contact our recreation department at 624-6719, and we'll get you scheduled and geared up.
Absolutely. So please check out the websites, and then tune in next week. We're gonna have Kevin Mabry's he'll give us an update, and of course, or is it next week? I guess
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'm sorry,
2 weeks.
My time here.
It's okay.
But that last weekend of June, a week of June here, and then of course we're gonna Juanita's gonna be back like right before the festival.
Yeah.
Any updates, any changes, any new additions, anything we want to get out, we'll make sure that you have there. But you can keep up to date yourself on that by just going to the UFOfestival.com website.
Yes.
There. So very good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll see.
It's fun.
I'll have to ask for your autograph next time since you're on all these national spotlights now.
Trust me, I like to be. I'm better behind the scenes than I am in front. But
I love how many times I turn on
job.
like national things, everything. I was like, dang, there's Juanita.
Yeah. Got to get the word out.
That's
we
right.
need people here. That's my job.
She's everywhere and anywhere.
Yes.
So good deal. Well, thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank
and
you.
I'm sure you got 100 other fires to stomp out here, so I'll let you go do that. So, all right, it is 8:50. Let's pause for some local news. Apparently, I need a Band-Aid. I don't know how I broke that out. And then I'll go Band-Aid up, and you hear some commercials. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Sorello. The Eddy County Clerk, Darlene Rosbrom, on Wednesday certified the results of the county's elections, despite some questions about voting accuracy. Rosbrom assured everyone that there have been multiple checks and balances by her office to make sure all votes are legal and certified. County Manager Alan Davis also expressed confidence in the voting system and the results. The results have Kelly Calicote retaining the Division I judge seat by defeating Toby Austin. Megan Bowen also beat Monica Martinez-Jones in Division II. Bowen will replace interim magistrate Judge Richard Van Dyke, who was appointed earlier this year by Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham. In Alamogordo now, a police officer involved in a deadly crash Wednesday. It happened on Highway 70, also known as North White Sands Boulevard. State police said the Alamogordo officer and a citizen's vehicle collided, killing the driver of the citizen's vehicle. You're up to date. Local news headlines. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little bit of moist air coming in. We'll have sunshine and hot conditions again today. We'll be in the upper 90s to around 100. Isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms will be possible, though, and a little bit breezy. For the overnight hours, partly cloudy, low 70s, and then another hot one on Friday. Sunshine, and we'll be in the upper 90s. Looks like we'll stay hot through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The Federal Reserve intensified its fight against inflation on Wednesday, raising its key interest rate by 0.75 of a point, the largest bump since 1994, and signaling more rate hikes ahead as it tries to cool off the U.S. economy without causing a recession. The unusually large rate hike came after data released Friday showed U.S. inflation rose last month to a 4-decade high of 8.6%. President Biden on Wednesday called on U.S. oil refiners to produce more gasoline and diesel, saying their profits have tripled during the time of war between Russia and Ukraine, as Americans struggle with record-high prices at the pump. Gas prices nationwide are averaging roughly $5 a gallon, an economic burden for many Americans and a political threat for the president's fellow Democrats going into the midterm elections. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
The blowout is on. The Honda Summer Blowout is on all month long at Roswell Honda with an amazing selection of sparkling new rides to choose from, like a 2017 Honda Accord for just $389 a month, a 2019 Ford EcoSport for just $349 a month, or a 2015 Chrysler 200 for just $249 a month. Zero down, no payments till September, and 0% financing available. And if you've ever thought about trading up, now is the best time. Your current vehicle has never been worth more. And bring in your mailer for a chance to win big. The blowout is on all month long at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Have you ever thought, Mom and Dad are beginning to need more help, but with a busy job and raising a family, you just don't have the extra time? Personal Care by Design is just what you're looking for. We can be there when you can't, from 1 hour a day to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All of our caregivers are carefully screened, and we are the only personal care service that is overseen by a registered nurse. Competitive rates, great people, and experience is what sets us apart. So when you need extra help at home with your loved one, you can count on Personal Care by Design. Personal, private, and protected. Call us at 575-625-9471 for your personal care needs and receive a free nursing evaluation. That number again is 575-625-9471.
Every trial, every heartache, every letdown, you're raising it up for my good.
Country Club Road Church of Christ would like to invite you out to a free concert June 25th at 7 p.m. Come out and enjoy the beautiful music from Lubbock Christian University's very own group, Best Friends.
Let me tell you about my Jesus. His love is strong and his grace is free.
Hear songs from their latest album, Solid Rock. It's a fun, free night of music and worship you won't want to miss. All ages are welcome.
Did he move every mountain? Did he part every sea? Yes, he did.
That's Saturday, June 25th, 7 p.m. at Country Club Road Church of Christ, 700 West Country Club Road in Roswell.
The truth be told, the truth is really told.
Hear more of the music from Best Friends on iTunes.
I say I'm fine, yeah, I'm fine, oh, I'm fine.
Hi, this is Kevin Ray from my friends at Sun State Technology Group. There are no timeouts in business, and with the game getting more challenging than ever, it's time to make the play for better, more reliable technology. Sun State Tech is your local IT solutions company that provides protection and upgrades to keep your business at the top of its game. Managed IT services, cybersecurity, and more are delivered by the home team experts at Sun State Tech. Visit sunstatetech.com today for your free, no obligation technology checkup.
Rib Crib is celebrating Father's Day all weekend long with endless slow-smoked righteous ribs, plus unlimited sides and bottomless refills, all for only $17.99 this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Choose from Rib Crib's original signature rub or get sweet and sticky, plus all your favorite sides like coleslaw, mac and cheese, sweet and smoky beans, and so much more. It's a ribtastic Father's Day celebration you can really sink your teeth into. Father's Day Rib Fest, all you can eat ribs all day this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Rib Crib on North Main in Roswell. Smoking the stuff Dad's really won since 1992.
Summer is here, and it's the perfect time for you to get those wisdom teeth taken care of. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. Our experienced dental team is here to provide you the best comfort with sedation dentistry. Wisdom teeth removal can be very intimidating, but not when you're in our office with the experts on your side. We know you want to get to that summer fun, but first, let us get you in tip-top shape. Call us, and our team will help you set up your appointment for wisdom teeth removal.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 8:58. Stay tuned. Next hour, we're going to have about 9:15 or so. Crystal Noble with the Roswell Humane Society will join us and give us an update there. Speaking of pets, I just caught a post on Facebook from Main Street Roswell. They posted up earlier this morning, and I see they got some signs going up in the Main Street corridor talking about your pets, talking about the hot asphalt, and it's basically an informational sign they've got on a few, I'm guessing on some poles around the Main Street corridor, just talking about hot asphalt and when the air temp is, say, 77 degrees, the asphalt temperature is 125 degrees, and they give you a few other cooler air temps, like in the 80s, and talking about the comparison of the asphalt temperature, which is like at 87 here in Roswell, which we're well past that already, I think. That asphalt temperature is 143 degrees. So they just remind you, and they're talking about at 125 degrees, skin destruction can occur in just 60 seconds. So it's basically just reminders to paws will get burned and don't walk your dogs on that hot asphalt when it's, as little as 77 degrees out. That thing's hot. So it's just a reminder there. But I guess they got some of those. Apparently there's a typo, and they said they're aware of that and they're going to fix. But yeah, to see those signs are up and about, and that's a good thing to remind folks about that. But we're going to have Crystal Noble do that for us next hour, remind folks about summer and all that. And, of course, talk about pets that are looking for good homes right now. They're at the Humane Society, and also becoming a member and shopping the thrift store, too. Other great ways to help out the Humane Society as well. We'll talk all about that next hour. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Recession fears taking a heavy toll on Wall Street as key averages plummet yet again. The Dow is below the 30,000 level now, with the NASDAQ and the S&P down sharply as well. The White House vilifying big oil.
In a time of global crisis, oil companies should be doing everything they can to expand capacity and lower cost at the pump. Instead, they are charging record profits at the expense of American families.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre suggesting big oil is guilty of price gouging and being unpatriotic, blaming oil companies along with Vladimir Putin for skyrocketing gas prices. There's no mention of the president's shutdown of the Keystone XL pipeline project or his campaign pledge to abandon fossil fuels. Gas prices averaging a fraction of a penny lower this morning, just a shade above $5 a gallon on average, according to the AAA. French President Macron says there are signs of Russian war crimes in a suburb of Ukraine's capital.
Macron spoke in the town of Irpin while on a visit with the German, Italian and Romanian leaders to show support for Ukraine. He denounced the barbarism of the attacks that devastated the town and praised the courage of residents of Irpin and other key region towns who held back Russian forces from attacking the capital. The four European leaders arrived earlier in Kyiv to the sound of air raid sirens as they made a high-profile show of collective European support for the Ukrainian people as they resist Russia's invasion. I'm Zaria Shakili.
And watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 795 points for a loss of more than 2.5%. The NASDAQ 450 points lower, a loss of more than 4%. And the S&P 500 index currently down 125 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
I've always been kind of cynical towards advertising, which I know doesn't make much sense considering I'm currently recording a commercial. It's all the fluffy words that make us cynical, right? A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a blue light special, but only, of course, if you call right now. It all kind of makes me nauseous, and yet here I am about to say that right now actually might be a once-in-a-lifetime moment for some of us, and that is the opportunity of a cash-out refinance. Arguably never has there been a moment in time like the last few years where home values have jumped at crazy historical levels, leaving all this extra money sitting inside our homes. A cash-out refinance lets you put that extra money in your pocket to use for life. If you'd like to see your options, we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
The U.S. repeating its call for Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny to be released from prison.
Responding to reports that Navalny has been moved to another maximum security prison, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said,
"We continue to reiterate our demand for his immediate and unconditional release."
Kirby said Navalny is being held on spurious charges over a sham trial and called on Moscow to end the harassment and intimidation against Navalny and his supporters. Greg Clugston, Washington.
A nationwide public sector strike in Tunisia, poised to paralyze land and air transportation and other vital activities, with the North African nation already in the midst of a growing economic crisis. Tunisia's powerful General Labor Union announced the walkout. It includes 159 state enterprises on the basis of pressing social and economic demands. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. Too much water, raising the specter of a potential water shortage in Billings, Montana's largest city, home to almost 110,000 people.
The Yellowstone River hit 16 feet at Billings, its highest level in nearly a century, forcing a shutdown of the water treatment plant and residents to conserve. Billings Public Works Director Debbie Melling.
We do want to make sure to give ourselves as much time as we can to make sure everything's good.
Parks and Recreation Chief Mike Pigg.
What we're mostly concerned about is the mud, so that the silt that will be laid down.
The Yellowstone has also flooded farms, ranches, and homes along the way.
Things were changing in a matter of minutes.
Alicia Beekman in Red Lodge says the river rose too quickly for her and her family to evacuate.
There just wasn't enough time.
I'm Ben Thomas.
2 U.S. veterans from Alabama. They were in Ukraine assisting in the war against Russia. Haven't been heard from in days and are missing. State Department says it's investigating. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tracing the Viernes.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Thank you, Roy. Sean's out running there, and he'll be back momentarily.
Yes.
So he's out and about in public. Be on the lookout. He's in public, but he'll be back in a couple minutes. So.
You were about to talk about Kenobi last hour.
Episode 5's out, and I heard it's really, really good, and I haven't seen it yet. I've seen the first 4, and 4 left me in a place where I was itching for more. And now I hear 5's just like, woo! That's what I heard. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
Is that where Obi-Wan fights Vader?
He did in 4.
4, okay.
Did not end well.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Well, I watched a review of 5, and I thought, episode 5, and I thought...
And maybe it gets bigger. I don't know. But everyone, like I saw a couple people talk about they saw 5, because I guess it came out yesterday or whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
And a couple people were like, whoa. And I was like, okay, I'm in. The whoa got me. You got me with your whoa. I know some people get it with the woo from our wrestling friends, but I went with a whoa and got it. So I'm excited to see it. So yeah, I got sidetracked into The Offer last hour when I was talking about it, but yeah, I'm it's a good series. If you haven't watched, if you love Star Wars, like especially the original 3 movies, if those are like your favorite movies and all that, and you've not seen the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus, I think you're going to like it because it kind of goes back to those in the lore of those where it's Ben Kenobi, like you pick up with Episode 4, A New Hope. There, you're catching Luke coming into his age of becoming a Jedi and being old enough and all that. Well, the Obi-Wan series kind of tells you what led up to that moment after Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader, basically. Once Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan, took out Anakin in the end of Episode 3, left for dead, Empire picked him up, makes him Darth Vader. Well,
plenty of nostalgia.
Yeah. The Obi-Wan kind of picks up the gap in there. It takes place 10 years. The timeline is 10 years after Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader, basically. And so during that time, now Luke and Leia are little kids basically being hid from the Empire. Yeah. So if you remember in Episode 4, Ben Kenobi's living in a cave in the desert, and basically he's there watching over Luke. His job was to watch over Luke till he's of age to become a Jedi. Right. Princess Leia is who's Luke's sister. Another spoiler in case you're not.
Yeah.
But if you don't know that answer at this point, that's on you, not me.
I'm pretty sure everyone who cares about the show knows.
Yeah. And so Princess Leia is also basically, she went to be with the senator's kid because obviously the mom was killed. Darth Vader, her dad's now Darth Vader. So
she's living on Alderaan.
Yeah, so she's a senator's daughter on Alderaan.
That'll become important later.
Yeah, and so she's there, and then Luke's with his uncle, a dirt farmer in Tatooine or whatever they do out there in the middle of the desert.
I think it's Moisture Farm. Or
whatever it is they do.
Which I like that they got that actor for Owen from Episode 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it does help with the transition pretty good. So, but anyway, and so the series kind of picks up there while Obi-Wan's doing this, and then of course Princess Leia apparently as a little girl is a curious little girl and very adventurous, and so things happen to her, and then the senator calls Obi-Wan off of his job to go help get, and that's pretty much how the series goes. But Ben Kenobi's is a Jedi Knight that's in hiding basically because the Empire has a group they call the Inquisitors that are actually going out and hunting Jedi and taking them out. So that's probably our guess. So that's the premise of the Ben Kenobi Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And so it's worth it. So if you like Star Wars, the first one especially, you'll probably like this one better. I mean, I love Mandalorian and I love the Rogue One, and I love some of these ancillary side stories that are a part of it there. But for the most part, it kind of, those are a little bit different than the original Star Wars stories. So for it to kind of go back to that vein a little bit, I kind of dug, at least from my perspective. So definitely highly recommend that you go and check out the Obi-Wan. And like I said, it's episodic. And they're still releasing new episodes, but the first 5 are now up. I'm one behind, but it's definitely worth. And if you haven't checked out the other Disney Plus Star Wars ones and you're a fan of them, The Mandalorian's excellent. The Book of Boba Fett was excellent. I highly recommend both of those series. They were very good. So check them out. And I'm a casual fan of Star Wars. I grew up watching the movies as a kid. I love them. I know the basic storyline. I'm not that deep dive person. I'm not the one who's watching all the Clone War cartoons, and so I don't have all that kind of backstory. I've watched the popular ones, the ones that have a mainstay audience for most of it, and that's the movies, and then like Mandalorian and some of these mainstream ones. But like Clone Wars that were on Netflix for years, and those animated series, I never watched those, so I don't have that history. So, but I've watched all these, and I'm good to go and entertained and not lost or any of that stuff. So if you like the Star Wars movies, you'll like it. I think you really will. All right, it is closing on a 9:13. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. I don't even think I've done that yet. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few minutes. Then here about 9:15 or so, Crystal Noble going to be joining us with the Humane Society here in Roswell. Give us an update on pets available for adoption. Talk a little bit about heat and safe practices. And, of course, the thrift store as well. Get an update from there because at the end of the day, that thrift store is the bread and butter for the Humane Society. The money they generate from that thrift store by you guys coming in and donating items and selling things, that really pays for vet bills and cleaning supplies and all that. So we'll get an update and all that from Crystal here in just a few minutes. Before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and take a gander at that weather. It's hot. You're not going to like it. But here it is anyway.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little bit of moist air coming in. We'll have sunshine and hot conditions again today. We'll be in the upper 90s to around 100. Isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms will be possible, though, and a little bit breezy. For the overnight hours, partly cloudy, low 70s, and then another hot one on Friday. Sunshine, and we'll be in the upper 90s. Looks like we'll stay hot through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, you know what? That's not fresh. I just looked at it and said, that's old. That was the last hour's temp. Do I want to know this hour's temp? Not really. Yeah, currently 85 degrees. It's 9 in the morning. It's 9:14 in the a.m. It's already 85 here in Roswell. Humidity's at 42%. Winds, say they're blowing out of the south at 16, gusting to 23. They're whipping a little bit more this time than they were last hour, but a little breezy today. 100 are high under sunny skies with winds out of the southeast, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, 74 for an overnight low. South winds 15 to 20. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight tonight. Friday, sunny, hot, 98 for a high. South winds 5 to 10 early. They'll pick up 15 to 20 tomorrow afternoon. Friday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 70. South winds 15 to 20. They'll drop down after midnight. And then looking at your weekend, sunny, hot, 97 for a high Saturday. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 early, 15 to 20 for the afternoon. And for Sunday, your Juneteenth, that begins a series of days of rain chances, like the monsoon stuff maybe. Like we're officially in monsoon season, allegedly. But 15th is the official date of monsoon season. So we're in it officially, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see the start of it this weekend. Knock on wood there. But, yeah, 20% chance of rain Sunday. Sunny otherwise with a high of 98. 30% chance of rain Sunday night. Otherwise partly cloudy and 72. Monday, 30% chance of showers, mostly sunny, 98. 20% Monday night. 20% on Tuesday. Otherwise mostly sunny and 98. And even a 10% on Wednesday. So maybe we'll get some moisture. Hopefully we'll get some moisture. All right, it is 9:15. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break. And then on the other side of the break, Crystal Noble will join us here from the Roswell Humane Society, and we'll talk pets. Don't go away.
If you're like me, you love summer grilling and can't wait to bite into that juicy hamburger. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher, and our team at Carabelli Dental know how important it is that you have strong teeth to confidently bite into your favorite foods. If you're struggling with enjoying your summer activities because of a lost tooth and need a dental implant, or maybe you're looking for a completely new smile, our team is here and ready to make a plan that's right for you. Call us and see how we can help you enjoy your summer cookout.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
This lot is hot. The summer of savings is on now at Roswell Nissan with scorching savings on a fresh lineup of amazing vehicles like a 2016 Nissan Altima for just $319 a month, a 2015 GMC Terrain for just $269 a month, or a 2016 Jeep Cherokee for just $209 a month. Get a Mexico resort vacation or Apex Cinema movie ticket just for stopping by, an Apex Cinema gift card with any test drive, and your choice of splash pad with purchase. And register to win a trampoline basketball hoop combo to be given away June 18th at 1 p.m. The summer of savings on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Every trial, every heartache, every letdown, you're raising it up for my good.
Country Club Road Church of Christ would like to invite you out to a free concert June 25th at 7 p.m. Come out and enjoy the beautiful music from Lubbock Christian University's very own group, Best Friends.
Let me tell you about my Jesus. His love is strong and his grace is free.
Hear songs from their latest album, Solid Rock. It's a fun, free night of music and worship you won't want to miss. All ages are welcome.
Did he move every mountain? Did he part every sea? Yes, he did.
That's Saturday, June 25th, 7 p.m. at Country Club Road Church of Christ, 700 West Country Club Road in Roswell.
But truth be told,
the truth is really told.
Hear more of the music from Best Friends on iTunes.
I say I'm fine, yeah, I'm fine, oh, I'm fine.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society, Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Hot.
It is hot.
Ugh.
And even like I'm at the point now where like, even when it's not 108 hot, it's just hot and you're like, ugh. It's like it's 85 right now, which in theory is not really that bad. But when it's 9 in the morning, you're just like, ugh, it should not feel this way this early in the day.
When you wake up and you're already, ugh.
Yeah.
That means it's going to be a ugh day.
So stay cool out there. And as we actually I was mentioning at the end of last hour, and I was just showing Crystal here, reminder: the pets do not do well on asphalt and things like. Do not walk your dogs in the middle of the day out on the concrete sidewalks and asphalt and things like that.
It is too hot.
It's way too hot. Like I was just the Main Street Roswell signs that they're posting up. 77 degrees.
And the asphalt's already over 125
degrees. And 125 degrees is just even for a few seconds is enough to burn skin. So
yes.
So please be cognizant of that when you take your dogs out to walk. Keep them on the grass. Keep them out there very short periods of time. Things like that. Don't be putting them out on the streets or on the sidewalks. Save that for either early in the morning.
Before the sun comes up early.
Yeah.
And even
night's late.
Even late at night, sometimes the asphalt will
still too hot. Yeah.
Stay too hot. So
you got to wait till it's like dark and let it get cooled off a little bit. So.
And then by that time, the mosquitoes are officially out.
Or you're ready for bed.
Yeah. They do sell dog shoes at Petco and Walmart.
Okay. And so that's a good alternative.
If your dog is willing to wear them,
sure.
That's, a different story. But, they're not really made for asphalt walking. They're more made for when they go outside to go potty and it's like icy and cold.
Okay. But so they got like traction on them basically?
They kind of do. They're like little snowshoes for dogs.
Yeah.
But they do have some for like hot weather, to help keep them from burning their pads.
Good.
But the most important thing is if you walk outside barefooted and your feet are sizzling, don't put your dogs outside.
Exactly. And
when you can feel the heat coming up through the insoles of your shoes, that is way too hot for your dogs to be outside.
Yeah. Why would you make your pets walk on fire, which in essence is what you're doing?
We're not doing the lava walk challenge,
That's kind of what's going on there, too. And then obviously the one we got to do every time warm weather comes out, and you're like, why do we have to do this? Because people still do this. Do not leave your vehicles unattended with pets in them while you go into grocery stores or wherever you're shopping.
Unless you have the auto cars that you can leave them running with the air conditioner on and keep them locked.
Yeah.
Still keep the windows cracked for, fresh circulation. But if you don't have that capability, don't take your dogs to the store with you.
Yeah. And I've even heard some people get a little nervous about that, depending how rambunctious your dog is, because it might knock it into gear or something if they get too excited.
Well, so my car, I can start it and then it'll run for 10 minutes. And you can't put it in gear
without the key or anything.
The key.
That makes sense.
So, if you're going in to go pay for fuel or something, okay.
Yeah.
But if you're going in to do your week's grocery shopping, don't take them.
Yeah. Yeah, leave them at home. And then the other thing we need to remind you too is, look, people are taking family vacations. I guess even more are hitting the road because we've seen gas prices and we've seen air travel prices. So the people that are going vacation, probably a lot of them are hitting the road, which means they want to take their pets with them on vacation, which is great. But remember, that's a logistic you have to factor in on your vacation. You can't now eat in restaurants that aren't pet friendly. You can now not stay in places that aren't pet friendly. So you're going to have to be a little bit more meticulous on your stop travel plans and things. You might have to go through drive-thrus at various fast food places and find a park nearby to sit down and eat them, because your dog needs to go to the bathroom and, get watered and fed and everything else too. And you get a hotel room, you can't leave your dog out in the car for the night. That's just cruel and not, that's mean.
And you're probably going to have somebody shatter your windows and take your dog.
Yeah, and so you got to find lodging that will be pet friendly for those things. So if you plan accordingly, it's great. And I'll tell you this right now, taking a dog is like taking a baby. You're going to have to bring like the water thing, how you bring a baby and the mom and dad got like 80,000 backpacks full of stuff just to get through the day with that kid. You're going to have to do the same thing with your dog while you're traveling.
You need your portable water bowl. You need your portable food bowl. You need your water. You need your food. You need their special blankie if they've got a whoopee. Mm-hmm. If they've got a harness, they got a leash. All of those things you need to pack for and plan for.
Yeah. So just
also,
telling you that
if you're going on vacation, check the weather ahead.
Yeah.
Because the places you might want to go visit that are pet friendly, it might be too hot.
Yeah, like trips to the Grand Canyon might be
That's
a little...
a no. If you're planning on going to the Grand Canyon and you want to take your dog with you, do it in the month of December.
Yeah. It's a cool place. But yeah, when it's hot, it's not a lot of places to cool off or a lot of that kind of stuff. So just be warned. Plan ahead. And by all means, if you love doing that, God bless you. Do it. Have fun with it. But you've got to plan ahead. And if you don't, you're going to make it much worse for your pet and yourself. Your trip's not going to be nearly as fun, too, when you got all that stuff going on. So
no, and if you're able to, have your animal boarded while you're gone.
Sure.
There's several places in town that board. Mm-hmm. Even if you know somebody that's willing to come over to your house and take care of your pet so you don't have to board them.
Yeah, that's what I usually do is I got friends that'll come. I have cats, so they're a little easier. You just got to check in on them from time to time. They kind of pretty much do their own thing, So... But now they get lonely and very demanding when I get back wanting of my services. But as far as making sure they got food, water, and the litter boxes cleaned out occasionally, that doesn't take much.
No, it's just the complaining you hear when you get home.
Exactly. When I get home, they get
Where have
salty.
you been? Why have you been gone so long? And I'm about to tell you that you have not hit the kill zone button in a few days, and it's ramped up.
And then one of my cats, depending on how long we've been gone, will play the snub game. Like, for a couple hours, be like, I don't, I'm not interested in you. It's like, whatever, you're back, okay. And then about an hour in, she'll jump on your lap and be all kind of loving. But it's like she's kind of mad, but trying to play like she's trying to ignore you or something. Like she's trying to give it back to you. But
she's like, oh, you're going to leave me? I'm not paying attention
she doesn't have the willpower. After about an hour of that nonsense, she's up in my face and everything else. So
she's like, I'm going to give you an hour to settle in, but you're going to realize that I'm not happy about this.
A lot of times she doesn't, but once in a while, if we do like a whole week or something and come back, she's like a little like stays away, doesn't want to be, and then we go pet her, and then after a while, she almost plays like she's a little mad at you kind of thing. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My dogs are mad at me every day when I come home from work. Why didn't I go to work with you today?
But the point is, plan ahead, plan accordingly, especially the summer months here. As far as adoptions go, how are they looking right now?
We've got a plethora.
Good. Well, I mean, good and bad. I mean, good that people have a selection, but bad that there's so many animals that need homes.
Yeah. Right now, fortunately, we only have 2 cats available.
That's good. Good news. The cats are
one is, her name is Bellatrix.
Okay.
She's about a 14, 15-week-old domestic long hair, black and silver tabby.
Oh, okay. Is she a little bit wild, hence the name Bellatrix?
No, I was just in a Harry Potter kit.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe she got a little bit of a personality.
No, her hair's wild. So, like, how Bellatrix hair is always like this? Okay, her hair's like this on her ears. So I was like, Bellatrix.
There you go. So she's got the look, but more kinder, gentler version
She is.
of the
She
Bellatrix.
has her moments, though. However, there's certain like hand soaps that she does not like the smell of.
Really?
And ginger is one of them.
Okay.
And so, like, if you have ginger on your hands and she sniffs it, like she snubs you, she's like, and walks off.
You know what? And I think this is most cats. You want to get my cat freaked out? Put some Vicks Vapor Rub on. Oh man, that cat! You would have thought I offended her. Like she'll smell it, like she gives you, she stops and gives you that look.
Bellatrix does.
Yeah.
Like her
Like,
eyes
how
go
dare
like,
you make me smell that?
Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me? And like she walks off.
Yeah.
And then the other cat is Miss Muffins. She is a muted calico.
Okay.
Super sweet, super friendly. She's coming on about 10-ish months of age. Very affectionate. Has her calico moments where
Okay.
she's like, and then she's like, oh, okay, hi.
Okay.
You
It's
know,
like
it's
certain
her
breeds
split
of cats.
personality.
Yeah. Tortoiseshells. Certain breeds just do that. That's what they do.
And I laugh
so.
because everybody at work tells everybody that tortoiseshells have my personality. And I started laughing. I was like, it's because we're one.
Yeah.
I understand them.
Well, I guess I'm getting a bit of it because I've had mine for years, and her and I are very simpatico. So.
Yeah. Where most tortoiseshells are like, don't you touch me. I'm like, hi, baby. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, hey, you're one of us.
Yeah. Well, she comes like my cat greets me like a dog. She meows, she flops down for her rub down. I mean, it's very dog like, and that's
Uncat-like.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so her and I are kind of like, she literally, like, if I go to the bathroom, I don't let her in because I want some peace and quiet, and she'll just be harassing me the whole time. So I don't let her in. But when I get out, she's there and she's and then she's got to lead me to the. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And she does.
Tortoiseshells and calicos have this very distinct personality.
Yeah.
And it's weird because each one is different in its own way, but it's all similar.
Yeah. But either way, they're very loyal cats once you establish that trust. And that's what it is. Now that she's got my trust, I mean, I can't get rid of her if I want. You know what I mean? Like she's
going to be that creeper
she's
cat
on my
that's
hip.
looking through your
Yeah.
window like, what did
Yeah.
you do to me?
I love it, and I love her, and I'm so happy she does that. But yeah, I couldn't get rid of her if I wanted to now, you know? She would, quite frankly, I don't know how she'd react if she was at another home. I don't know. Because my wife and
feral.
my wife and I, let's just say we can do things to that cat that no other person on this planet are going to be able to do. She'll kill you. Like, I don't even, like, even when we take her to the vet and we had to take her overnight or whatever, we have to go back to the back room to put her in the kennel because they can't do it. They won't. And these are people that deal with pets all the time. And they're like, I was like, and then I walk back, Hannah, and I grab her and she goes right in.
Uh-huh. That is the tortoiseshell.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a unique thing, but in some ways, I love that. I love that we have that connection and no one else does. That's kind of a cool, in my personally,
It's a bond.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's what makes being pet owners.
the beauty of being a pet owner and a pet lover. Yeah, absolutely. So that's good. So you got a couple cats right now. How about the dogs?
We have a lot.
Yeah.
We still have the 5 American Bulldog mixed pups. They're not big. We don't know what they're mixed with because the mom got out of the yard, came back, was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
They are 8 months old, but none of the 5 weigh over 30 pounds.
So it's a smaller dog.
Yeah.
Do they have any kind of lookings or markings of another dog?
They
other than
look like a bulldog.
bulldog?
Just
Smaller.
like an American bulldog, because what a lot of people don't realize is American bulldog is an English bulldog, but taller.
Gotcha.
And not such a push and snout.
Okay.
So they have like the boxerish face like an American bulldog does, and they're lean like an American bulldog, but they're short.
Interesting.
So they're all about that tall.
Okay. So if you love that bulldog style dog, but you don't want the bigger version that'll eat you out of house and home and all that, this might be a good.
And they're all females. We have 5 of them.
Okay.
There's Puddin', Cindy, Speckles, Smushy, and Fluff.
And they're fun dogs. They're just good. And again, we talk about loyalty and things. Generally speaking, those dogs are, again, they'll follow you to the fire.
And all of these guys are completely leash trained now.
Oh, okay. So they've got some work under their belt. So all you probably need to do is get them spayed and then,
rabies, microchip,
and all that. And then they'll probably be pretty easy to work with once you start putting them into your routines
and
and things.
They're super excited for love, for attention. They're the eager to please, eager to get affection. Pepperonis. They see that back, they're like, oh, okay, this is business now. And then we do have Peaches, which is a pit mix. She's going on 5 months old now. We have Jax.
I hope she finds a home soon, because pit bulls get the bad rap and people, but to be honest, if you treat those dogs, they're the best, most loyal, friendly dogs on the planet.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So
they are very good family dogs if you treat them like a dog and not doing the stupid stuff people do with them,
She's very well acclimated to the leash and harness. She sees that. She's like, I'm going to the park. But so she's in her phase to where, you have your lanky teenager stage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pit bulls don't have that stage. They have the bulking muscle building stage. So she went from this scraggly looking little puppy with extra skin to I look like I went to the
she got guns
gym
now.
today, and I was like, wow, I gotta upsize your harness.
Well, and I think that's part of the stigma too, because they do look like intimidating dogs when you see them, and so people. But to be honest, they're so they got a big heart. They really. I mean, yeah, any dog will be aggressive if you make them that way. But in pit bulls, because they look like tough, people want to do that to them. I'm like, no, those dogs. If they need to be, they will.
Right.
However,
and you don't have to make them that way.
Exactly. And the only time they will do that if you become the family, the only time you will see the aggressive side when that home is in peril. And they will come to life for you. And at the end of the day, I want that dog in my house. I want that dog to know if my kids are here and someone breaks in and I'm not there to stop them, and that dog's there to chew a head off of a guy getting into my home,
by all means.
Exactly. And then at the same time, that dog will lick my kid's face, and that's a pit bull. And if you train them right, that's exactly what they'll do. You could put your kids around them and lay on them and all that kind of stuff, and they'll love it. But the moment someone harms them, that dog will be the first one there to defend them. And
I will tell you,
and that's how pit bulls are. If
first-hand experience.
Yeah.
If you are disciplining your child,
mm-hmm.
you put that dog outside, because that dog is protecting your kids, even from you.
Yeah.
So if you are trying to discipline your child from doing something wrong, put your dog in another room.
Sure, so they'll understand.
So that way you're able to make that disciplinary action with your children.
Sure.
And the dog's not seeing you as a threat to the kids.
But my hope is to get rid of some of the stigma on these dogs, because if you treat them like good dogs,
fun-loving.
Yeah.
Peaches is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't look at her head, you just look at her body, she looks like a tank.
Yeah.
And then you look at her head and she looks like Goofy Dwarf. She's like,
Well, and this is it. I think if someone saw like a pit bull running at him and everything, here's the thing: if the dog knows you and everything, chances are they'll knock you down and lick you.
Their mouth's wide open. You see the teeth, but that's only because their jowls are flapping. No, it's not.
They're just intimidating looking, and then people automatically assume by their look that they're mean. And I was like, they can be if you treat them as such. Just like any human would be. You treat them badly, they're going to react badly. That's just what happens.
What a lot of people don't realize is pit bulls are number 10 on the dogs for attacking.
Really?
The very first dog for
Chihuahua
known to attack is a dachshund.
Dachshund, okay. I knew it's got to be something little.
Pomeranians are second.
Yeah.
Poodles are third.
Yeah.
Chihuahuas are fourth.
Okay. I knew they had to be
German
in there.
Shepherds are before pit bulls.
Really?
Yes.
And
they get this study by post office people who get bit by dogs.
They are ones who see a lot of them, so that's a pretty good source.
So how they categorize this is, anytime a postal worker gets bit or FedEx, UPS person, they take a bite report.
Gotcha.
Well, it's logged into a census, so that way, they count how many dog bites for postal people versus the breed that's did it, what the situation was, and all of that. And the number one dog to bite postal people, hence strangers that they see every single day, is a dachshund.
Interesting. Do you think they'd see that coming? I mean, they're little dogs, and it takes a while to get there.
But what's funny is dachshunds are very much like chihuahuas. they'll
that's true.
hide behind something
Mhm.
and then you not see them and then they run out and nab you.
Right, yeah. But
But
they're
dachshunds
sneaky.
are also a hunter. They're bred to go in holes.
In holes, that's why they're shaped the way they are. Yeah, they're going in to pull whatever creatures living down in there.
Mhm.
So interesting. Yeah, them Jack Russells are the same way. They're
Yep,
that's
rat
why they're
terriers,
kinda,
fox terriers, they're all bred to go in and come out.
Yeah.
But any dog can be aggressive if you make it that way.
Sure.
Pit bulls, unfortunately, they have the bad rap because they have the capability of being overly aggressive
Mm-hmm.
when made to be.
Yeah.
But if they're treated as a family member,
Mm-hmm.
warm, loving home, a part of the family, the
Yeah.
only aggression you're going to see is if somebody's trying to harm you or your family
Yeah,
members.
they'll let the kids ride them. They'll do all kinds of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't do that with a dog, but what I'm saying is they're so tolerant of that kind of stuff that they'll let them do it. And that's what I'm saying. They're
What's even
not.
funnier is my sister has 2 pit bulls and a Great Dane.
Mm-hmm.
Her Great Dane is sibling to mine. Well, one of her pit bulls is the mother to everybody. Nobody's ever had a litter of puppies because they're all fixed, but she's mother hen.
Gotcha.
She has to clean their eyes and ears every single day. And if they don't, she pushes them down. She pushes the Great Dane down, who's 3 times her size, lays on her so she can clean her ears.
Oh, that's cool.
So they are a very nurturing
Yeah,
breed.
yeah.
They want to care. They want to love. They
Yeah.
want to give. And
So there is one that's looking for a good home right now. It's been there
And-
about 5 months, and it
Yeah.
needs a good home.
and I'm telling you, Peaches, she got her name because when she came in, she was as cute as a peach. She's the same color,
Yeah.
beautiful eyes, and just sweet.
Yeah.
And
Well-
she's still the same way, but a lot bigger.
Well, hopefully someone has a place in their home and their heart for her. So
And
Good deal.
then pit bulls as well. We have Jax, who's a year old. He's a gray and white pit.
Okay.
He's super energetic. So if you have a active lifestyle,
Okay.
he's going to be a good one
he might
for
be a
you.
good ranch dog or something like that. Maybe it sounds like.
I think he's going to be more of the, let's go hiking, running kind of guy.
Okay. So if you like to go do those kind of
Like
things,
if you're bike riding and they ride along next to you, that's what he likes. Like he likes to go.
Okay.
And then come back. And then
All
go. And then come back.
Okay.
He loves to play ball. He's really funny when he's got one of the balls with the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Because he grabs the rope and slings it and then inevitably knocks himself in his head and then looks back like, who did that to me? So he doesn't get that toy anymore because, he made one eye go up
he
in the
beats himself
sky.
up playing with that toy.
Yeah. But he's very, very sweet.
Cool.
Very loving.
So you got a boy and a girl looking for homes right now. So.
And as for little dogs, we have 12 Chihuahua puppies.
Wow. So they're back, huh?
Well,
You were a little dry on Chihuahuas for a little bit there, but now they're back in full force. Huh?
Yep. Well, we got a group of 15 dumped off, and so far 3 of them have been adopted.
Okay.
We still have 12. 8 of them are females, 4 are males.
Okay.
They're just right
They're all
out.
short hairs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some of them have, and I think they're mixed with dachshunds.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, but some of them have like
Seem a
little
little
short,
longer.
stubby legs, and then some have like the normal Chihuahua legs.
Okay.
But they all have, like the little Chihuahua head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't miss that.
No. And I would name them all, but there's 12 of them. So go on the website and
And
you
they're
can
all
see,
ready to be adopted
Mhm.
today? Okay, cool.
They're
they'll
all
need to
of
get spayed or
weight.
neutered, but
they're all of weight where they can
They're not in
be
quarantine.
adopted. No,
Yeah.
they
Good
are
deal.
all out.
Excellent.
2 of them are actually up front in the cat room
Okay.
because they are still too small to where they can get through the chain link out in the big kennel.
So you got to put them in the smaller.
So they're in a cat cage.
But they are of weight to be adopted.
They are.
Cool.
And so
They're just little guys.
yeah, it's Lola and Finn. Those are the 2 smallest ones. And Lola weighed 2.6 pounds and Finn weighs 2.8 pounds.
Man. I think I ate
And
a
they're
burger bigger than that.
17 weeks old.
Wow. So they're. I wonder what their end game will be. Like maybe. Do you think they'll get to like 10, 11 pounds?
I
or-
think they're probably going to max out at 5 or 7.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be super big.
Okay.
Lola, for sure, I think she's going to stay probably a 4-pounder because she's the smallest out of all of them.
Okay.
And her head is no bigger than the fidget spinner here.
Oh wow.
Like, it's small.
How tiny.
And, okay, the smallest has the biggest mouth. Yes, we know.
That usually happens.
But she, if you're giving her attention, she's just all happy about it. And then when you stop, she sits back and she just gives you this deep bark. And I'm like, how does that come out of you? She's like, I am unpleased with you. Get over here now.
Nice. So dog knows what it wants,
And she
we'll do it.
does.
Oh, good.
She does, and she's super affectionate, very playful, very active, just all around sweet, cute.
Nice. So hopefully that finds a home here pretty soon too, along with its brothers and sisters.
Yeah. There's a lot of them this go around.
Good deal. Any other dogs we want to highlight, or does that pretty much cover the gamut there?
That covers a good majority of it.
So really, whether you're looking for large, small, there's a good variety at the Humane Society right now. Like I said, little lean on cats, but we got 2 adorable cats that are ready for homes right now if you've got the space for them, and keep checking back often because pets constantly come in and out and things like that. But if you go to the website, roswellhumane.org, you can see every single pet that is calling the Humane Society home right now. You may notice that there's a not available notification over the picture. If that is the case on one of the animals you see, that means the animal is in quarantine. It doesn't mean it's been adopted. It means it's in quarantine. It's either new to the facility and they need to make sure it's safe and healthy, or it's waiting to make weight, or it needs vaccinations, or it's something medically that it needs before it's available to go to the public. So it's in that situation. But what I'm saying is, if you see that dog or cat that's not available and you're like, oh, that's what I've been wanting, I'm like, please reach out, call, check back, and more times than not, if you are constantly checking in and keeping up with it, when they are available, weight-wise or whatever, they come out of quarantine, you guys are ready to go. You can even get the process done where all the preemptive stuff is done. If they need to come out for an inspection, whatever, all that can be done. So the day that the dog or cat is coming out of quarantine, you get to take them right to the vet, or actually the Humane Society will take it right to the vet, and then you can get that done. And that's so the dog can be spayed or neutered, get chipped, all the things that you have to legally have done to adopt a pet at the Humane Society. And then from there, you'll pick it up at your vet of your choosing, and now it's a part of your family.
Yeah, the only thing that we cannot do while an animal is still in quarantine is meet and greets.
Okay.
Like, you cannot physically meet
That's
the
gonna
animal.
have to wait till afterwards.
That has to wait until after. And then especially if you have other animals and kids, we have to do those introductions too.
Gotcha.
So, but
once they come out of quarantine.
Yeah, once they come out of quarantine, we can do all of that. We want to make sure that they don't have anything that's contagious to your animals.
Yeah.
That's going to go home with it, so that way it goes home safely.
But if you guys want to check, make sure there's a fenced-in yard, things like that. Obviously,
yeah, we can take care of all of the other stuff. It's just the actual essential meet and greets are the only thing that we cannot do.
I imagine it's a little quicker for people that regularly adopt from there, and so you're like, well, I've been to your house 3 times. That's fine. It's good to go.
So if you are a regular and we've seen you, as long as you're not at the limit.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, because we do have a ton of people that have like the hugest heart in the world, but there are limits now because people unfortunately don't realize that, Well,
their heart gets so big, but then their resources dry up,
Yep.
and they end up getting into a situation they can't get out of.
Yep.
And I know from the outside looking in, we look at it like, oh, how could someone live like that? But generally speaking, it didn't start that way. It kind of and what
it escalates.
What you're seeing is someone who wanted to help, combined with their resources dried up, probably even combined with a little mental health issue. Usually when someone's surrounding themselves and there's other aspects of their life that's not working out right now, and they're trying to fix it with cats or dogs. And so,
Yes.
So there's a little of that going on, but I'm just trying to tell you, it's not, people aren't doing nefarious stuff. It's just, they made poor decisions and life happened.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, but you're very stringent on that. If there's certain, there's ordinances, you're allowed to only have an X amount of number of animals. They have to be chipped. That's if you're a city, and even if you live out in the county,
There are still limits.
because you're adopting from the city of Roswell, it's going to have to be chipped. So even if you're coming from Artesia and you want to adopt a pet here, even though you're not living in Roswell and there's no ordinance in your community for chipping, because you're getting it from Roswell, that pet will be chipped before it goes to your home.
Yes, because we have to follow all city ordinances to be able to operate. So regardless if you live here, Timbuktu, it will be Chavez County ordinances that are followed, or City of Roswell ordinances that are followed.
Gotcha.
To be able to be adopted.
Yeah. But that being said, we still love to come. So, I know we're the mecca for dogs and cats because
we are.
Because, it is very common for when some dogs and cats that have been here a long time, once they've been here, fortunately, there's other communities like Albuquerque and parts even farther north than that are saying, no, bring them to our community. We'll find a home. We've got people that are ready and waiting to adopt. But at some point, that's going to dry up and things. So we're either way, we've got to fix our own problem. And that problem is spaying, neutering, doing all that.
And people being responsible for what they do.
And that's all why we have things like why your pet is chipped, why it has to be spayed or neutered before. Because what's happening is these pets are decided not they're loved or that's too much work to own, and they turn them loose, and then they go out, they're feral, and they start reproducing or getting killed or whatever. And next thing you know, we got a bunch of cats living in an alley, and that's what happens.
Right. So. And, when they're exposed to the elements, they're going to get sick.
Oh, yeah.
Then they're going to spread it.
Yeah.
And then
it's
even if you have an indoor animal, that, has gone even nose to nose through a screen window with another cat that's outside, they can still contract it. Even if your animal never goes outside, but you leave, a window cracked, that your cat can lay in the ledge and get, sunlight. If another animal has access to that screen, they can still transfer any illness.
Well, what if you get stuff all over your shoes from another cat, bring it into your house, and your cat gets into that?
Right.
And then you're the transfer unintentionally, of course. But
a lot of people don't realize, we bring home a lot of stuff on the bottom of our shoes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, yeah. So that's why we do all this. It's for the overall health and safety of our community. I mean, yeah, I get it. We all love cats and dogs. You're like, oh, what's wrong with the cat? No, because it's unsanitary, it's unsafe, and it's bad for these cats. That cat that's living in your home, they'll live 18, 20 years. Those feral cats, they get a year. They're lucky. You know what I mean? It's just the way of the beast. It is the way life happens. Life doesn't go the way we want it to, and you got to learn to adapt and overcome. And that's a lesson we all learn, sometimes the easy way, sometimes the hard way. But it's a lesson we're all going to learn at some point or another.
Right. Some of us learn the easy way. Some of us, unfortunately, need a few knockdowns before we learn anything.
Absolutely. And then finally, let's talk thrift store. How is that looking right now?
Very, very well stocked.
Good.
Very well stocked. When I talked to Camille yesterday, they've got a ton of wall decor. So just random decorations for the house. Summer clothing, swimsuit, shorts, tank tops, all of the above. They've got a plethora of it.
Great.
Any kitchen items, silverware, cooking, pots, pans, baking. I saw a couple toaster ovens over there.
Nice.
They've got full-on kitchens for people getting ready for college or moving into their own apartments for the first time. All of the events that are about to be coming up that require formal dresses, they've got a lot of them.
Okay, so if you're looking for
pretty much worn once, put back on the hanger,
weddings,
and put in the bag, and
all that kind of stuff. Huh?
Yeah,
cool.
And they now have a area set up for just pet supplies. So like leashes, harnesses, stuff that we're not able to use on our side. They sell it on their side.
Okay, great.
There's even some dog beds, dog sweaters,
oh nice,
costumes, fun little stuff. And then also this Saturday, in honor of Father's Day, the entire store will be half off.
Nice. So everything on the shelves in the thrift store this Saturday only will be 50% off. It's already deeply discounted price.
Yeah.
So
that means furniture too. Everything is
those
going
items
to be,
you pay $1 for, you now be paying 50 cents for.
Yep. And like the hanging clothes, the majority of it is like $1 or $2, so that's going to be 50 cents or $1.
So literally, before you could buy a whole wardrobe for probably $10-$20. Now you can buy it for like $5 or $10.
Yep. Shoes, they've got a lot of nice shoes. Purses, so if you're a purse person, yeah, we connect on that level.
There's a couple fingers that need to be pointed in this room.
They always have a lot of very nice purses, and they do a really good job at sorting through the stuff to make sure that it is nice and sellable and not holey. And,
sure, yeah.
You're
something
not,
you would actually own yourself.
Right.
If you look at it and say, yeah, that's beat up, I wouldn't own it, then no one else would either. So
right.
Yeah.
They've got a ton of stuff in there. So my husband's like a kid in a candy store when he goes to the thrift store. He's like, how much money do I have to spend today? And I'm like, just go shop.
Yeah. You really do get a great, and I'm telling you, I don't know why everybody, if you're like in the market and you're like, oh, I need to get a new coffee pot or a new microwave, and most of us go either online or go right to the big box store. Forget that noise. Just go right to the Humane Society thrift store. Go to any of the thrift stores in town
Right.
here.
You know, if one doesn't have it, one of them's going to.
Right. And you're going to get probably a microwave that you would have paid 3 times where it was, and it's practically brand new or barely used.
The majority of the ones that Camille gets in are, probably, from a senior's house that, really only used it so they could have a clock in the kitchen.
They paid $200 for it new, and you get it for like $30.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's
pretty
amazing.
much. And, it's amazing to see, people will buy stuff, never use it, and then donate it brand new.
Yeah.
And we love it because, we get to sell brand new stuff for a cheaper price.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they have a good selection of clothing. They sort through every piece of clothing that goes out to make sure it's not wholly. Okay, the style wholly, that's okay, but not
wholly
your
by design, okay.
Yeah, but
wholly
not the
by
extra wholly.
wear and tear, not so much.
Yeah. So, the employees of the thrift store work extremely hard to try to make sure everything that's out there is something that they would essentially buy and take home themselves.
And we're running short on time, but on that note as well, please remember, we thank you very much for donating and contributing to the thrift store. Please keep doing that. However, please remember, if it's clothing and stuff that's, again, wholly not by design, don't donate it because, in essence, you're costing the Humane Society money because they got to take it to the dump, which is not free for them. And so by you leaving all them old clothes, instead of you taking care of it and throwing it out, now you got to make the Humane Society do it, and they got to pay for it where you get it to do it for free. So just be a little more scrutinous as you're going through the clothes and making sure, oh, yeah, that shirt looks like it's got half a lasagna still sitting on it. Let's throw that one away. Whatever. Now if
my rule of thumb is if you wouldn't buy it from a garage sale, don't donate it.
Now, if it's a good shirt that just shrunk on you, then that's a perfectly good shirt. But
the dryer shrunk it.
Yeah, those dirty thieves.
Yep.
And then finally, again, check out the website, roswellhumane.org.
Yes.
There you can learn more about becoming a member, too. If you'd like to help out that way, your pets, your kids, everybody can be a member of the Humane Society. And that funding, again, also goes back. And again, I should mention this earlier. When you buy from the thrift store, when you become a member of the Humane Society, when you adopt a pet from the Humane Society, all the money you're paying and donating is going back into vet bills, food supplies, light cleaning supplies, everything it takes to run that shelter, that money's going to use for that. So know you're helping the next future pets find a home by you coming and buying stuff and adopting pets and things like that. So.
And we are open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 12 and 1 to 4:30. And the thrift store is Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 12. Or sorry, 10 to 4:30.
You say it enough, you get kind of stuck in your head.
It just runs all together eventually.
Yeah. But come out and shop. Don't forget, Wednesday is the new stuff day on the shelves at the thrift store. So if you happen to pop in on a Wednesday around 10 o'clock and wonder why it looks like a party over there, it's because everyone knows that's when the new stuff gets on. So, so either be a part of that to get in first dibs, or if you're like, I'll avoid the rush, maybe show up a little later in the day after the first rush goes
throughout the entire day of every day that they're working, they're continuously bringing stuff out and stocking us. So if somebody buys stuff, they come back and put more out.
Yeah, check back often. Yeah,
they're better stocked than Walmart.
And they're on it too. Well, thank you, Crystal. As always.
You.
We'll see you next time here. Stay cool as much as possible. It is 9:56. Wall Street Business Update. Quick break before we get kicked off the radio. Don't go away.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. On the heels of the Fed's interest rate hike, Wall Street opened sharply lower this morning, the Dow dipping below 30,000 for a time. The Nasdaq and the S&P also deep in the red, continuing a string of losses in recent days as the market worries about a possible recession. The government's weekly employment report is in.
The Labor Department reports applications for jobless aid fell by 3,000 to 229,000 for the week ending June 11th. First-time applications generally represent the number of layoffs. Jobless claims applications this week and last week were the highest since the first weeks of the year.
And that's correspondent Jeremy House reporting. An iconic name in the cosmetics business has fallen on hard times. Revlon, filing for bankruptcy protection, says it does expect to refinance and continue in business. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Is your couch old enough to vote? Does your coffee table remember Atari? Well, now is the time for new furniture, and Glenn's is the place to get it. Reboot your living room with beautiful power reclining furniture. Upgrade your dining table with enough bandwidth for everyone to have their own chair. Upgrade your mattress with the latest sleep technology. Today at Glenn's, everything in the store is specially priced and delivery is always free. So hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda. Do it now before your old furniture gets a day older.
Sometimes when you hit the road hits back. That's why MTA Mechanics and Tire carries major brands like Bridgestone, Cooper, and Michelin. Not only do you get top brand tires, but you also get a nationwide warranty. So wherever you are, MTA Mechanics and Tire has you covered. Stop by or let MTA come to you with their MTA Mobile Tire Shop, covering Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia. They can come to your home, office, or even the airport. And alignment is included on all sets of 4 tires. MTA Mechanics and Tires, getting you back on the road.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you could call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Good morning. Start your day with breakfast from the Valley Cafe. Try the Breckwich, full or half, with sausage, crispy bacon, fluffy eggs, pepper jack cheese, and maple Dijon spread, all served on a toasted sourdough. Or their breakfast burritos with your choice of sausage, bacon, or both, perfect to grab and go. You aren't dreaming. The Valley Cafe, open 7 a.m. The Orange Building across from Church on the Move, 801 Brasher in Roswell.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
And that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. We'll be back